Welcome to Davis Field, campus of Central Methodist University. Band is on the field. We were looking to see if it's going to be the National Anthem. No one's standing, so we're guessing not. This Charlie Brown, along with Jim Ray Cluck, bring you football action today as the William Penn Statesmen come to town and play your Central Methodist Eagles. Both teams with victories in their first game of the season, as the Statesmen won their ball game score something like 40-12. Central won their ball game 47-0, 42-0. Jim Ray tells me, over Graceland College. So second game of the season, first home game, and there's the band out on the field. Let you see them a little bit. We're experiencing some technical issues. Just do. Click that off. No, click the X. Get it off of there. See if it'll come off. There it went. Okay, so band's on the field, and we're getting ready for football action. It is a hot one in Fayette today, 80-plus degrees, and it is typical football weather early in the season. The first couple of weeks of the season were kind of gone by the board with the COVID incidents and all, but back playing now. So we're letting you see people out on the field, the band being out there. And we will try and get some of the sound of that. Jim Ray, what do we see in this ball game today?
Well, it's a tale of two cities, to tell you the truth, a tale of two teams. We have the old school William Penn Statesmen who are going to be running that football. I think they only threw the ball 6 times last week, and they rode up over 400 yards total offense, most of that on the ground. So they're going to run the triple option. The Eagles are just the other way around. They're going to throw the ball, going to try to establish a running game. But again, they throw the ball more than they run it. They run a spread offense. The William Penn will run a 3-3 stack, and that's their base defense. And the Eagles will run a 4-2, conventional 4-2.
Okay, well, we're getting ready for the pregame prayer and then the national anthem, so we'll let you catch in on that.
Almighty God, we give thanks for this wonderful day and for the opportunity to come together to celebrate team spirit, athleticism, and good sportsmanship. Thank you for helping us arrive safely today, and please keep us all safe as we travel home after the games. Keep all the athletes, coaches, and officials focused on performing their best while treating each other with grace both on and off the field. In all things, guide our actions today to bring glory to you, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right, so there's your national anthem. Jim Ray, you were saying it's a running squad for William Penn versus the spread offense against Central.
That is correct, Charlie. What they're going to try to do is Central Methodist needs to put William Penn in second and long situations, third and long situations, force them to throw that football. They threw for less than 100 yards, and they ran for over 300 yards, right at 300 yards. So that's the tale. And what William Penn's going to try to do is stop that big play offense at CMU with
Catavius Taylor,
yeah.
Two-time All-American Catavius Taylor, that guy?
That guy, he stretches that field a long ways. But there's another young man down there by the name of Cooper Wilson that didn't do too bad on his own right. So keep a watch out on him. They'll be having a running back by committee. Simmons runs the football, so does Bolton, and so does that, as far as that quarterback, Mr. Brown, who looks a little bit like a linebacker, Charlie.
I see.
Strike you.
6 feet tall, 205 pounds.
And he will strike you. I visited with Coach Callaway, and they really like him. Another one-year quarterback here at Central, the 4th in a row. And he's got somebody waiting in the wing. He's got a young man running second right now by the name of Paxton Deliron down at Camdenton, Missouri, who can throw that rock. And he stands about 6'5", 220.
Yes, he does. He's on the depth chart. He's the second-string quarterback as a freshman.
And they would like to keep him as a freshman, not use him this year, to be honest with you. But I'm sure if things got in trouble here, he'd be first up. So that's a tale. One other thing is, in the previous years, Central Methodist had real trouble with their special teams. I've been watching them now for 5 years, long before that, but been broadcasting for 5 years up here with them. And every year they keep getting a little bit better. I saw no weakness, glaring weakness, in that first game as I watched the whole game against Graceland. And they sure shined there, hopefully this week. And it's usually not on their punt returns or kickoff returns. It's usually on their coverage. Their offense and defensive, by that I mean their coverage on the defense, the punt and kickoff. So that's kind of the way that works there. So that's kind of the tale of two cities. Again, the keys for the Eagles are running out there. They got a convocation of them right now. That's what a group of Eagles is, a convocation. And there's a bunch of all dressed in their, I'm going to call that a black uniform, Charlie. Is that correct?
It's what it looks like with green and white trim for the numbers.
Black helmets, so they're going to be a little warm on this 87-degree day.
And we will tell you that we seem to be having some technical difficulties with our broadcast. That is kind of jumping all over the place and not a smooth picture right now. Heat is our enemy. Our equipment does not like heat very much. We'll do what we can to try and clear up and see if we can't get it to go. If we don't have a good internet connection, we have problems with that. So we're just going to play around for a while and see what we can get. Just bear with us for the time being. We'll do some fiddling with it during the first set of commercials that we get. Captain's meeting out at midfield.
That's Colton Skiles out there, Charlie, from Ava, Missouri. Reserve player when he first came here, worked his way up to the varsity level, weighing in at about 270. He's a chunk in the middle of that defensive line.
And can't tell the number for the William Penn player, but we'll see that in just a second. Central's won the toss, going to defer to the second half. William Penn will take the football, I am sure. Number 3, and I'm sure that's probably the quarterback, Alex Crean. And it is, and we're just about set to go.
This is the home opener here at Davis Field for the Eagles. This is a true triple option, Charlie, and we just don't see that much anymore. Everybody's going spread offense, and they see some wing T, but this is a true triple option. And so it's a little bit different, hard to prepare for when you only see it once a week. So William Penn coming out in their gold helmets, white jersey, white pants, trimmed in, I'm going to call that purple.
We're working on trying to figure out how to get the little smoother picture for you as we go along. But we're just about set to go off. Kickoff on the way. Man, that's a full crew. That's a lot of stripes out on the field, Jim Ray.
There's a lot of zebras out there, Charlie.
Yes, there is a lot of them out there.
Any missed calls tonight?
Well, there shouldn't be, but we'll probably find one that we don't like or two.
I'm sure that's why the players play, coaches coach, we broadcast, and the referees officiate.
And is this Sam Petrin? Is that who this is kicking off? Kicking off for the Eagles.
He'll be doing the punting too, Charlie. But he's come a long way. He does a good job. I think he's a senior finally, if I'm not mistaken. He is. We've had him for about 4 years, Charlie.
Well, that's good. Maybe we can keep him for another year or two.
I don't think so.
Masters 21, Archer Charles.
I'd like to.
Arthur Charles and Luke Masters back for William Penn. And we are underway. And it's almost all the way through the end zone, so it'll come out.
That ball is going to come out on the 25, I believe, for college. I have to watch myself here. I called high school last night. Boom, boom.
It will come out to the 25, and it will be the following players for William Penn. Alex Crean is the quarterback. Ben Sherman is a fullback. Archer Charles is the halfback. And we have a stoppage in play right away. Yeah, the game clock got going before the ball was ever put into play, so they're having to reset it to 15, so that's where we're at.
Guy to watch in this defensive line is Will Miles. He's a big 6'7", 240 defensive end, number 13. He's a guy that puts a lot of pressure on that quarterback.
And there is a false start to get it going, as they had Ben Sherman in the backfield and put Luke Masters in motion, but the right guard jumped, so it's now 1st and 15, and we still haven't had a second run off the clock yet.
Be a long game, Charlie.
It appears that way. You've got William Penn, who runs the ball, who will keep the clock moving if they can ever get the ball snapped to begin the game. Calls in, Crean turns and hands it off right up the middle. That's the fullback Sherman.
Tackled in there by number, I thought it was number 32, Charlie, but on defense.
Pickup of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 9. Sherman again back. Got 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top.
Playing one high safety here. Laying off on the corners.
Going to throw the ball outside, and maybe that's why they don't throw it a whole lot, as that was intended for Johnny Anderson, a junior, 6'2", 185, but was behind him, so now it's 3rd down and 9.
This is the perfect situation they want, Charlie. 3rd and long.
There are some big people out on the field on the defensive side. And the one at the bottom, the defensive end at the bottom of your screen, left defensive end is Will Miles. And he checks in at a very brisk 6'7", 240.
Big man.
And he's in the stand-up right now, not in the down position. Got a wing right and a wing left. Wing right goes in motion. Quarterback keeps it. Quick pitch. Going to get the 1st down and then some. And that's Archer Charles. But that's what they're going to run in the gym.
That is it. I think what happened there was they were more in a pass defense. They were going to throw the ball. They'll run that ball on 3rd and 9 if they need to. They really don't want to throw.
They just did run it on 3rd and 9.
That's correct.
Everybody doing the wristbands signaling in the play, and that's what William Penn does as well. Still 2 wings, 1 fullback. Motion. Belly to about the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5. 13:32 to go.
Got to tighten this defense up, Charlie. These are exactly what William Penn wants to be, 2nd and 5. They got to be aware of that pass because they will come up and throw it.
Anderson, bottom of the screen. 2 wings again. Fullback. Motion. Belly up the middle to the fullback. He's going to run for another 1st down as he crosses midfield into Eagle territory. That'd be around the 48-yard line in Eagle territory.
Tackled by number 47, Jory Maddox for the Eagles.
Eagle defense last week was really good as they had 4 turnovers, I believe, or was it 5 turnovers in the ball game? I think they had 4 interceptions and maybe a fumble recovery.
I think that's correct. They had a fumble recovery return for a touchdown.
Was taken back for a touchdown. You are correct. I remember that now. Crean under center. Motion. Pitch to the motion man, going around the outside. Slips one tackle and knocked out of bounds.
Charles on the carry for William Penn.
Two on that tackle for the Eagles.
6 on the play, second down 4. Ball at the 42.
Guess that's 5 Eric Mays on that tackle, excuse me. That's a kid that didn't play last year and came back, and he's an all-conference performer. He's a heck of a player.
Belly up the middle. Enough for a first down. They just grind it out.
Right now they're running right over those defensive tackles, Charlie.
We're 3 minutes into the game, and they've had it the entire time, and they've moved it from their own 25-yard line to the 37-yard line in Eagle territory.
Just about getting in the red zone territory, Charlie.
They're just marching it right down the field.
First down, William Penn.
First and 10, Statesman at the 38-yard line. Motion. Quarterback keeps. Goes ahead for a couple of yards.
Nice tackles by Jory Maddox.
Again.
Nice open field tackle, really.
It's a gain of about 2 on the play to the 36-yard line. It's second down and 8.
They're really loading the box, Charlie. They've been between the tackles there. They're loading up.
Yeah, and the more they run it, the more we're going to step up a little closer to the line of scrimmage. Motion, handoff up the middle again. Close to, but just short, I believe, of a first down. That's number 25 on. That is Chauncey Andrews. So Andrews is the back now. It's third down and 1.
Definitely in 4-down territory, so we need to stop them twice.
Archer and Masters are the wings. Push straight ahead, and a first down on the quarterback sneak as he needed a yard and picked up about 3, maybe 4 on that carry. Push forward.
Just a little scrum play. Wedge it in there. 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
First down 10, William Penn. Ball at the 26.
William Penn just marches it down the field.
They put you to sleep almost. You got to watch it.
0 for 1 in the passing game, and probably not going back to that anytime soon. And watch, they'll throw it on this play. Right up the middle, holding on for dear life at the bottom of the pile.
Look like 99. Was that 99 Broadnecks?
Could be. It's just the numbers from up here out on the field are hard to see.
Very hard to see. They're trimmed in white, but then it's not really white. It's really hard to see. I wish they were just white and it'd be easier to see, but it's trimmed. Then you got black in the middle. It's really hard to see. This for these old 66-year-old eyes.
Pitch comes wide right. That is Masters. And he's got another first down.
Jory Maddox on the tackle. Again, he covered a lot of ground there. Pretty well defended there, but when he got second and short, it makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, they've only had the one play, third and 9.
It's been William Penn all the way here tonight, this afternoon.
Just try cutting to a different camera.
See, I don't think we're on the hot spot. I think we're still making that.
Motion. Quarterback keeps it, goes right up the middle. Flag in the middle of the pile, so hopefully that's a holding call and move them back a little bit.
See what the white hat has to say. Or signal would be a better term.
Try to go to that maybe in a commercial or something. Chop block is called. All right. Jim Ray, they tell me that they can't hear you very well, so I'm going to try and move you to a different spot and see if that will help us some. All right, now try and talk a little bit.
Well, it's probably a good thing they can't hear me very well.
Well, no, your wife doesn't like the fact that she can't hear you. That's the problem.
That might be my only fan out there, Charlie.
No, Gayla Smith's also talking to me.
Well, you're in trouble. You got those two.
You got that right.
They're singularly, they're bad enough, but two of them together.
Do you think they are together in the same spot and they're both texting from the same location?
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
First down and almost, and it's going to be first and longer as the left tackle jumps the gun for an illegal procedure penalty.
I actually thought that chop block was a 15-yard penalty. I think it was.
Maybe it was from the spot of the foul, and maybe it was downfield just a little bit.
Correct.
But that's going to move it back another 5 yards.
This is what you call shooting yourself in the foot here, knocking on the door there to score, and all of a sudden you shove that ball clear back to the 30, and you've got about a first down in 25, and that's not very good for a running team.
You got to get inside the 12, and you're at the 31, so first and 19, first and 20. Long way to go. Pitch play, not going to run, not going to throw the ball. That's Sherman, the fullback, met outside, driven down around the 25-yard line.
Sherman on the carry for William Penn.
Great tackle out there by the corner. Can't get that masked man's number, but I think that's number. I think it was Watson on this. Carly Henry on the stop out there.
All right, so let's see if that picks Jim Ray up a little bit better.
It's sounding better in my ear, Charlie.
Well, I hear you a whole lot better, so maybe we fixed that problem. Second down and still look at the scoreboard, but it's all washed out by the sunshine.
It's 0-0, Charlie.
And I was looking to see what yardage it was. Manhandled and thrown down, bumped in the running back. That's Andrews, bumps into the quarterback and thwarts that play. So now it's third down. They're at the 24, and they need to get just inside the 12, so they need 12-plus yards here on third down.
Well, I think it's down to the 8, Charlie. Another 4 yards on the way.
Yeah, I think you're probably right as I look across the field.
Third and 18. I never trust them scoreboards anyway. Still in 4-down territory. I don't know if they kick a field goal or not. I doubt it.
They're against the wind, too, are they not? Going to try and throw the ball. Throws it across the middle, behind the receiver, tipped, then knocked down.
Now we definitely see why they don't throw the ball, Charlie.
That just kind of hung up there for a long time.
Almost intercepted by CMU Eagles. It was a dying quail up there. I thought it had been shot. I thought we were quail hunting, Charlie.
Yeah, it hung for a long time.
I don't see a kicker coming from the sidelines either, Charlie.
Nope, I don't think they're interested in trying a field goal. That there's a 24, it'd be a 41-plus yarder, so into the wind.
38. Where are they at, Charlie?
It looks to me like they're at the 24.
Fourth down, 19, ball at the 24.
That'd be 31-41, wouldn't it?
Yep. And we're going to have a timeout called. So we'll stay here as it's a quick timeout early in the ball game. I want to thank our sponsors, Central Methodist University, bringing us here, and we also want to say that AirLink Rural Broadcasting is your wireless and fiber internet provider. Family-owned and operated with coverage options in Chariton, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Are you interested in wireless or fiber service? Visit us at airlink123.com for information on all your internet needs. Proud sponsor of Central Methodist Athletics. Stick around at halftime. We'll have the band and all the festivities on for that, and then we'll also have an interview with the golf coach, Stephen Mayne, from here at CMU.
Charlie, you need to listen to him. They need to listen to him talk. This man is from across the waters. He has a distinct speech. It's really neat. Listen to him. Hope you'll enjoy. And one heck of a golfer.
And he's been here for a few years. Did I read that or see that he was maybe a assistant soccer coach at some point in time or something before?
That is correct. He helped Dan Smidlin. That's how I met him the first time. Dan was always trying to get me playing in golf, but I could smell the setup.
You could see the sandbag coming, could you?
Yeah, I could see it. It was going to waylay me. I would have had to pull. I don't know if some of my golfers, a couple of them, Brad Howe or
Tyler Lieberman.
Tyler Lieberman's about the only two. I said there'd be a couple more. Rapp could have helped, and so could have the young man down in Springfield. They were all pretty good golfers as we won a conference championship in 2013. Big play here, Charlie.
Fourth down and long, and it's a reverse on the flip. Got some room on the outside, but he's got a long way to go. Spins off and is nailed down around the 15-yard line, 14-yard line. He's going to come up about 6 yards short or so of what would have been a first down. So Central's going to get the ball for the first time. And we'll get to see Jaylen Brown.
This man's a transfer from Morehouse, Charlie. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, and he's a good field general.
And everyone that we're going to watch is going to be the same one that William Penn's going to watch. That's number 2, Katavius Taylor, who's just jogging out onto the field right now.
I look for them to play some type of a cloud or a palm over the top of him. If they don't have, they may be playing a cover 2 here is what I'm looking at. But
2 to the right, 3 to the right, 1 running back, 1 to the left. Taylor's out in the slot. Quick pass.
Little screen pass out there. Hitch.
And that is Taylor with his first catch of the ball game.
He had over 100 yards against Graceland, 2 TDs.
And he was an All-American last year in spite of the fact that he missed the first 3 or 4 games with injury, did he not?
That is correct. Had broken wrist. 2 of them. This guy's got burn speed, let me tell you.
And he goes to fight for the ball. Brown back. 1 running back, Simmons. Quick flip to him. Flag goes flying. Tackle for a loss, but we'll see what the flag is.
They may deny, I don't know, they hold, they may go ahead and take it, back them up when we have the distance to the goal.
It came out pretty quick.
Yep.
See what the white hat, checking with the William Penn bench to find out what they want to do.
It's just not going to be much of a penalty. I would take the down myself.
Holding. It is declined. It'll be 3rd down because there was a loss on the play. And it'll be about 3rd and 7, I believe.
That's what I would have done, Charlie.
Wait a minute. They're going to move it back a little bit further. Now it's 3rd and 8.
I definitely would have taken that because, again, it wouldn't have been half the distance.
Yeah, you're not going to pick up much, and you're giving them another down. So Brown back in again. 6-foot senior. Just under 5:30 to go. 5.5 minutes here in period number 1. First time that the Eagles have had the ball. Looking, throwing out here. Pass caught. I believe that's number 10. That would be Cooper Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Just a little comeback pattern there out here on this left side.
Yeah,
great touch.
Katavius Taylor had the yardage last week. Cooper Wilson had the number of receptions. I believe he had 7 receptions last week, so he was one of the favorite receivers, and you can see why. He went out, found him a soft spot, sat down and waited for the ball, got enough for the first down, and the drive continues for the Eagles.
KT had, I think, 6 catches, Charlie, so it wasn't too far behind.
Yeah. There's a little running play, tripped up in the backfield.
Simmons on the carry.
Simmons with the carry, picks up about 4.
4, 2nd down 6. All to 34.
Taylor is at the bottom of your screen in case you want to know, and that's the defense shifts this way. And they keep waving more people to go out there further.
Playing a cover 3 against the offense this time.
Running play.
That's why they run the ball. It's what you do when you got to cover 3. You run that football because they're not crowding the line of scrimmage.
Lauren Young, number 6, in on the tackle. Gain of a couple, and we'll see where they put it down. They put it down at the 38, so it's going to be 3rd down and 2.
They're bracketing him out here to the KT out here to the left, Charlie.
Yeah, well, you double team somebody on one side, that leaves less people other places for some things, and you got a tight end or 2 in here, and there goes Taylor in motion. Going to kind of move around to see what they're going to do with him. Handoff inside. Powering his way out of there. Nice legs movement there.
Well, he kept churning those legs, Simmons did, and he did a real nice job, powered up through. Pretty good blocking. This is a seasoned offensive line. That's the first year, Charlie, we've been able to say that for a couple of years.
Yeah, we talked last year about how young they were, and now they're just a little bit older. Well, you know, if he'd have been turned around a little bit, he might have popped out of there. He was backpedaling, trying to get extra yardage, and he got a couple extra yards out of it. He needed 2 and got almost 7.
He's slippery.
Not very big. Brown going to roll right, throw on the run. He has a receiver. Sidesteps, thrown out of bounds.
Look at the downfield blocking, Charlie. Those receivers are down there blocking those D-backs, so he could have escaped that defender over there. He may have been bolted to the touchdown.
Another first down, and it looks like the way this is going, we've got 2:44 here in the first quarter. Each team's going to get 1 possession in the first quarter.
Which is a little odd.
Yeah, very much so.
We're playing ball control pass, and he's been mixed in quite a bit of run.
Motion across the formation, stops on the right, hands off, right up the middle. That's Simmons again, and he's going to churn out another 6 or 7 yards.
What they're doing is that quarterback's counting how many people are in that box from tackle to tackle. And so if he sees there's only 5 or 6 in there, he's going to run that football.
Because he's got numbers.
Yeah, but it's just a counting game. It's a math game.
Well, let's hope where Brown was before. He did well in calculus and statistics and those things so that he can continue to pull the right number here.
He's a good-looking quarterback. I like the way he throws, and he will run the football. We haven't seen that yet today. He was the second leading rusher in last week against Graceland.
Luke at the top of the screen. Taylor in the slot next to him. Roll, throw. Taylor out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Another first down for the Eagles. As right now, it doesn't look very difficult, Jim, right?
No, they're just pitch and catch. It looked like a little run mixed in there, and Brown throwing darts. I mean, those balls are hitting them right in the chest. Again, you got Taylor, who's wide open, KT.
Yeah, they're going to give him a lot of cushion.
They're giving him about 10 yards.
They're giving him 10 yards. There's 2 of them there, but neither one of them are very close. No press coverage.
No, I wish they would. They definitely had to play a cloud over the top if they did that. Got a movement.
Okay. Right now, Alfonso Battle, number 17, is the corner on him. 1st and 15 after the penalty.
These are penalties that drive coaches absolutely insane. In fact, he'll probably come out of the ball game, and I think he did.
And you think he's going to have a little conversation?
Yeah, they don't mind penalties if it's in there trying to go hard. But these offsides and penalties like that drive coaches insane.
We got 3 receivers to the right in a bunch. And there's another false start by the running back, and now it's 1st and 20. So what was looking like such a promising drive, we're under a minute to go in the first quarter, Jim. Right?
Unbelievable, fast game. There's been penalties, but there's not been very many incompletions on Central's part, and of course there isn't going to be any incompletions on.
Well, they're 0 for 2 throwing the ball for William Penn, so that's probably not a factor for them right now.
So now I would say that Coach Callaway's pulling his hair out, but that's an impossibility as he is shaved bald. Great guy, an All-American from Langston, Oklahoma. Played down at Langston College. Not Langston, Oklahoma, but Langston College.
Outside it goes, and Taylor drops it as he turned to look to see where the defender was. He was going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards on that.
He needs to remember that Bolitnikov triangle. He needs to look that ball in before he turns his head. Just a mistake.
Looking at number 99 on the defense, the nose tackle. For William Penn, that would be Marquise Knighton, a junior, 5'11", 340.
Small lad he is.
Not going to be very easily moved, I don't think.
They'll probably have to double team at that point of attack.
So 2nd down and 20 after the 2 penalties. There goes a helmet flying, and there goes a receiver over the middle down inside the 25.
I believe that's number 81, isn't it, Charlie?
Number 55, the Central Methodist. Helmet came off. He must wait for one play.
That'd be Christopher Williams. 55, lineman Torrance Evans' helmet came off, so he has to leave for one play. And he comes off, and a replacement comes in. 3rd and 6 after 2nd and 20. So the Eagles down to 12 on the play clock. Don't know if they're going to get a play off before the end of the period. I don't think they're going to, as they're walking to the sidelines. We're at 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to get ready to take a break and run a commercial. And we'll be back for the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the 1st quarter here from Davis Field. No score, but the Eagles driving on the Eagle Sports Network.
Last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
We're back at Davis Field. Scoreless 1st quarter, but the Eagles threatening. Statesman took the ball down the field, went for it on 4th down in Eagle territory, did not make it. So now it is Central with the ball. William Penn had the ball the first half of the 1st quarter, did not score. Central has had it the 2nd half of the 1st quarter, and they start quarter number 3 with it.
Well, they're still tied. They're still tied from last year. There was 10-10 last year and got the lightning shortened game, and they decided to go ahead and not play it in because it was still 11 o'clock and still lightning like heck, and they were just barely into the 2nd quarter. So it's going to be a long trip, another 2 hours to get the game over, then a 4-hour trip from Oskaloosa.
There you go. Handoff. Nowhere for Simmons to go. He gets through the first wave. Comes up short, and it's going to be 4th down and about 7 or 8. Let's see if Eagles want to try a long field goal, 26-yard line. That'll make it a 43, 44-yard field goal.
Sam Petron's got the leg.
A little bit of a breeze he would be kicking into, so it looks like Coach Galloway going to go ahead and
I don't see 88. I don't see 88 coming out there.
Nope,
Charlie.
I see people going wide, so I think we're going to have a play. 10 on the play clock, plenty of time. 4th down and about 8. And now we have a stoppage in play. Central.
Good timeout.
Yeah, kind of confused what's going on. Time running down on them, so we'll just keep it here.
Our next home game will be when, Charlie?
That's a good question. Where's our program? 4 home games this year that we are doing. Our next ball game will be October the 10th when Grandview comes to town for a 1 o'clock start.
That was supposed to be a off week, but that's the reschedule of the first game that was scheduled early.
And then the 24th, Benedictine is here. And then November the 14th, the last day, Senior Day, Mid-America will come to town.
We're in the South Division of the Heart of America Conference, and it's a pretty tough division. You have Benedictine, you have Baker, Missouri Valley in the past has been just a headhunter, and then you have Evangel, who's gotten off to a bad start. They're 0-2 this year, but they've been a powerhouse in the past.
So Brown on 4th down needs to get inside the 20-yard line down to almost the 18, and here's another 5-yard penalty on the way for a false start. So just shooting themselves in the foot from time to time. This just makes the pass 5 yards longer, Jim Ray.
That's all. Makes it 4th and 12?
12, 13. Got Simmons split out to the bottom of the screen. Taylor inside. He moves one of his receivers back a little bit. Motion by Wilson. Not much of a rush. Throws the ball down the middle. Taylor's wide open, and he's got it. Dropped it. He was hit, and it's incomplete. He had it for a touchdown. Defender hit him.
Yeah, he should have. That was on KT there. Gosh, dog it.
He caught it. He got a foot down. Got hit. Lost the ball, and it went incomplete. Otherwise, the Eagles have 6. So they had it for almost a minute of this period. So they had the ball for more than 7.5, 8 minutes in that drive and come away with nothing, just as William Penn did the first time they had the ball.
Good thing is their defense got a good rest, Charlie.
Yeah, they did. One of the things about the quick strike offense that the Eagles have is your defense doesn't get a chance to rest or make too many adjustments, but they got plenty of time that way to try and figure out how to slow down this option offense.
Still running with a 5-man front. They're pulled up one of the linebackers over on the left side.
Straight ahead to the 35-yard line.
Sherman on the carry for William Penn.
John Tyler Polk involved in that tackle.
Yep, that's a Boonville connection. I know his daddy, and he's a big man, but the fiercest one in that whole family is the mama. She's about 5'2" and $120, but I'd hate to do battle with her. Tell you that much, they'll probably listen to me.
Small but mighty.
Small and mighty from Louisiana.
Crean, under center, motion. Handoff up the middle. A little better job if they can get him on the ground. Makes it almost to the 40-yard line.
Good second effort by Sherman. No relation to Jeff, I wouldn't think.
Nope, 6'1", 240 is what they list that fullback as. That'll make it 3rd down on a short 2, long 1.
Reminds you of that Sherman from the Kansas City Chiefs, Charlie. He's a block like that. A chunk of granite.
I don't think we're going to see too many punts in this game, Jim Ray. I don't think either side's too interested in giving the ball up freely.
Here would do it, but I don't think
they don't get it. It's hanging on at the bottom of the pile. Was Jory Maddox, but he picks up enough for the first down and gets a couple of extra yards out of it. Under 13 minutes to go here in period number 2. 12:35 right now.
They are crowding the box, CMUs. Everybody's within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Well, until they can prove they can throw the ball, why would you not step up towards the line of scrimmage a little bit? 6 on the play clock. Motion. Ball's on the ground.
I think that might be Central Methodist.
I think it will be as the handoff. The running back got the handoff about the same time that the defense got there and hit him.
That was Daniels on that recovery. Big play player. Wasn't that Daniels? Really? That's Daniels.
Okay. He's hard to miss. He's another big player.
Yeah, he is.
What's he listed as? Marquis Daniels. 6'4", 250. He's a rover. He kind of plays wherever he wants to play, whether it's linebacker, D-line.
He plays both. Big hit there. They crowded that line of scrimmage there, and they had 6 or 7 up on the line of scrimmage.
They blew up the handoff and recovered the fumble.
Nice call by Marty Stewart, the defensive coordinator for CMU. Him and Coach Callaway go way back.
See if they can march it down the field and get the ball in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yep. Short field, Charlie.
44-yard line. Handoff. Making something out of nothing is Simmons again, as he's going to pick up about 3 on that play.
Nice hole there by that big offensive line of the Eagles. Average over about 270 pounds. I'll give you that exact average. I know the big Torrance Evans is 6'5", 300-pounder at left tackle. 6 foot 260. Howard, they're big boys.
Chris Turner, 6'4", 250, junior.
Don't forget my boy Trent Byers from Pierce City, Missouri. Down in my hometown, 6'3", 280. 1A school where he come off of.
And they're going to blow that play dead as jumping offside. Doesn't want to turn. It's number 6, I believe.
I'll make it 2nd and 2.
Lauren Young jumps off.
What is the difference between offsides and encroachment? I never figured that out.
I think
yet.
encroachment is lining up in the neutral zone. One of them is lining up without actually going across, but being across the line of scrimmage lined up wrong. The other one is actually coming across the line of scrimmage.
I'm sure if I wanted to know that, there are more people out there that want to too. Thank you, Charlie Brown.
Well, you're taking that as being truthful, Jim Ray. That may be a bad assumption on your part.
Well, you're from St. Genevieve. Heck of a football game down there last night.
That was a good football game down there last night. A lot of mid-Missouri people not very happy with that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Brown back to pass. Guy has time. Now running out of it. Going to be hit from behind on a nice second effort. And that looks like maybe 46. That's Demarion Hunter.
Now that's when that clock and that quarterback head's got to go off. He's got to get rid of that ball. He had a good 4 or 5 seconds there, and he knows if it's that long. That's great offensive line pass protection, and they get blamed for this, but it's the quarterback's fault, period.
Yep. Step up a time or two, you know you got to either go or get rid of it.
Yep, either zing it out there to no man's land or tuck that ball and take off. We haven't seen him run all night tonight yet, have we, Charlie? All afternoon.
No, he has not. And we've got a player coming off because the pad came out, and he's going to have to put it back in. I'm looking to see it was number 13. Looking on my program to see that's Will Miles, so that's not who that was. Maybe it was 19. That might make more sense. It's Corral Hill.
Hard to see those numbers, Charlie.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 from the 40. Throw outside over the up man and caught by Cooper Wilson.
Great pass by Brown. That was a lot of touch on that.
Yeah, I looked and thought he'd overthrown the first receiver, but he threw it over his head, threw it over the defender's head, and laid it in very nicely to Wilson there on the sideline, and that's a pickup of enough for a first down.
This guy's got a lot of touch on the ball. I like him.
That's a nice throw. He's been on target the whole ball game. He has one incomplete pass, and it could have been a touchdown pass. Brown with Simmons next to him. Back to throw again, under pressure, flushed a little bit to his right, directing traffic. Now he'll just throw it away.
Yep, that's exactly what he should have done.
Yep, don't take the hit. Come back and play second down.
No yardage lost on that play. Trent Byers out there trying to give him a little help, but a little late.
9:52 to go here in quarter number 2 as Petrin on the sideline starts loosening up his leg as he thinks he's about to the point of being in field goal range.
Not quite, Charlie, but it'd be, a 45-yarder?
He's at the 28. Yep, 45, into the wind.
Look at that.
There we go. There's some jumping around, lots of movement. Everybody points at everybody else and says he did it. I only moved because he moved. And we'll see what they come up with. They're walking back towards Central, so I'm afraid it's going to be an illegal procedure penalty. But they're going to get together and talk about it.
They have a right to protect themselves if that defensive lineman starts out. But that wasn't the case.
False start offense. So instead of 2nd and 10, now it's back to second and 15, and that's about the 4th procedure penalty against the Eagles.
Big play by this offense is what we need.
Going to run. Nope. Going to throw it outside and a little bit tall. A little high and hard for, I think that's Wilson. Be 3rd and 15.
Throwing that ball underneath like that sent 2 receivers down there on a streak down the sideline there, and then he threw the ball up underneath there. Could have been a big gain if he could dash that one receiver, defender, I mean.
Bunched up at the bottom of the screen, one to the top. Taylor's on the back right of that formation. Spun around, throwing towards the end zone. Adjusting on the ball is Cooper Wilson. And another almost catch, but when he hit the ground, it came flying out. Almost an acrobatic catch because he had to spin around to get to the point.
Well, you turned the wrong way. The quarterback put it on the side away from the defender, and that's the reason why he had to turn around. He thought it'd be closer to the sideline, but quarterback being smart, he throw it where he should have, so that's what happened. We're going to punt this time, Charlie.
We are going to punt, unless we're going to fake it. It's 4th and 15. You wouldn't think you'd fake it right there, but from the 38-yard line, or 33-yard line, rather. Not going to help Petron's punting average any.
No, you only gained about 12 yards here. And he pushed it right into the end zone, didn't he?
It depends on which way it bounces. And it's down at the 1-yard line.
Well, see, I was wrong, wasn't I, Charlie?
There was an acrobatic move. Can't tell who that was down there in the end zone that saved that from going in and laid it down at the 1, and that's where it was down, and that's where the Statesman will take over.
I thought he would bounce into the end zone. I don't know if it had been where he touched it or not, but his momentum would have taken him in the end zone. I thought that's what happened, but it didn't.
Yeah, he kind of caught it, dropped it down on the ground before he went into the end zone, and somebody else downed it before it had a chance to roll any further. So 99 yards in front of the Statesman, and they're gonna run the football. So chance for the Eagles to get field position back with 9:26 to go here in quarter number 2 of a scoreless game.
Hope they don't have any Allen Free in him, coach over at William Penn, and he doesn't.
Just pushes the pile ahead, and the pile's going to make it out to about the 4-yard line.
Remember, they were playing 99-yard touchdown pass. Zarkowitz, I believe.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, when I was in school here at Central Methodist, Bill Holmes was the coach, and I saw him come out from the 1-yard line 5 wide and throw the football for the Tom Stein as his quarterback out of the shotgun.
Don't blame him. I'd have done the same thing with Tom Stein.
All-American, and played here with Steve Luchin, All-American, tight end.
I think he got to try out with the Raiders, and he'd rather go fishing.
Yep, fireman in St. Louis, last I heard. Handoff up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets a first down. Gets close to it, and they're saying he does have it. So Sherman pounds out 11 yards and 2 carries. It gets them out of the shadow of the goal post. A little further out, they're out to the 11, almost 12-yard line.
The only way we've been able to stop them down there is to crowd that defensive line, or offensive line, I should say.
Yeah, and Sherman has not been easy to get down on the ground. He has made several yards after contact by just pushing and pushing and pushing.
He's a bowling ball, Charlie.
He is. He's your prototype fullback. You have the one wide receiver top, one to the bottom, a wing and a back. 2 wings, wing 1 go is motion, and he gets the pitch on a sweep. Hit, knocked down, tries to get back up, thinking he didn't go down on the ground, but that's Luke Masters, 5'11", 180-pound junior.
He hurled that defender.
And he picks up 4 on the play to make it 2nd down and 6. Archer, people jumping all over the place. Everybody points at everybody else. And we'll see what these false start on the offense. It just have to remember, Jim Ray, this is still early in the season for these guys. They've only had 1 ball game.
They couldn't start practice till August 15th, and then any COVID issues they had to shut down. So I don't know if they had any up in Oskaloosa or not. I know Iowa had their share of it. My in-laws are from Iowa, a little town called Deep River, where my wife was raised.
Well, no wonder she's such a deep thinker.
I call it Shallow Creek.
Shallow Creek. Crick.
Crick is the way she says it.
2nd and 10. Under pressure and stopped. Defensive linemen getting their hands up, made Crean pull the ball back down, and then he is sacked.
We have a freshman nephew that stands about 6'1", 6'2", weighs 240. He's only 13 years old.
That's not bad. He's got a little growing to do in him.
Yes, sir. He could be a big one. Todd Fox Geiger is his name. They call him Todd Fox.
3rd down and about 14. Be nice to hold him here, get the ball back about midfield, and start again. 3rd possession of the game for William Penn, and they're going to sweep, toss.
Runs into Daniels.
And Daniels says no thank you. Marquise Daniels.
He's going to be punting out of that end zone, Charlie.
He certainly is going to. He's going to be back standing in the end zone because that ball's at the 7, so he's going to be about 7 or 8 yards deep in the end zone.
That is correct. He only got 10 yards back there, so he's
I'm looking. He's about the in between the 7 and 8 yard line, so he's standing halfway back in there.
Bad snap, and this could be problems. Could be safety time.
One returner deep. Looking at Corral Hill, maybe.
That's correct.
The second charge, timeout of the half.
So Central takes a timeout. Second one of the half. Keep it here. Again, want to thank AirLink Rural Broadcasting. AirLink Rural Broadband is your local wireless and fiber internet provider, family-owned and operated with coverage options in Sheraton, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Interested in wireless or fiber service? Visit us at airlink123.com for information on all your internet needs. You see their logo in the upper left-hand part of your screen. They are a sponsor of Central Methodist Athletics.
I think they got a return on, Charlie. I don't see a block here.
I don't either. They moved the return man back to standing on his own 35-yard line with the wind.
A heck of a punt. He was kicking it about 55 yards before the game.
Hunter Mayne, a senior. That
Short.
one's up in the air, and unless it takes a big hop, that's going to be...
Get away.
It does take a big hop, and it's going to roll out beyond the 45 to the 47-yard line, but still in Statesman territory. So the Eagles will have the ball in plus territory here.
They got a short field here. We just need not shoot ourselves in the foot with some procedure penalties, and we also need to catch that ball in the end zone. This could be easily 14-0 right now.
Two balls in the end zone. Catavius Taylor had one in his hands, got it knocked out of there, and Cooper Wilson had one, and when he hit the ground, it came out. So either one of those would have the Eagles up by a touchdown. Both of those would have them up by 2. So ball back, 5-12 and counting. Central runs another wide receiver onto the field. Play clock is at 8. They stop everything for a second. Both sides got a chance to sub somebody in. The play clock's at 3. And that's close to being a lateral. Cooper Wilson dropped the ball as it was going to be a quick little screen out here, wide receiver side. Turned and looked a little bit before he had the ball.
You start doing that, and then it becomes you start second guessing yourself. You lose that confidence.
Both teams have marched the ball up and down the field for no points on the board. There's Brown going to keep it and run for the first time in the ball game. Jukes in, jukes out, and all of that picks up about 3 yards.
Had one of my old coaching nemesis, a good friend, Nick Rule. He's the AD up at Oskaloosa for William Penn. He just texted me and said that they had been no COVID issues on the football team up in Iowa, up at William Penn.
Well, that's a good job by them because there are lots of other schools that are having COVID issues.
Central's done a pretty good job here, too. Both these schools have been they've just done an excellent job keeping this thing under control. My hats are off to them in this climate. Going back into a cover 3 look, William Penn is.
3rd and 8. Pressure comes. Throws it away. As that's Lauren Young again with the pressure.
Had plenty of time to throw. You just, playing cover 3. If you're doing that, you got to look for that little hole in the zone there and pull it up short. If you don't, it's not going to work. Good defense there by William Penn Statesman.
So Young and Curtis applying the pressure. Makes it 4th down and 8. Now punting into the wind is Petrin. So this is coming from just about the 45. Rush gets it in the air. Fair catch signaled and taken, falling down around the 21-yard line.
Mark down at the 21-yard line with first down 10.
It's not quite what I expected, Charlie. It is and it isn't. I just thought there'd be some scoring here.
I thought it would kind of be up and down the field a little bit myself, and it has been kind of that, but it hasn't been up and down the field and get in the end zone.
Both teams have shot themselves in the foot when they get something really going getting close to that red zone. CMU's had two times, really three right there. They weren't close to the red zone there, but great opportunity and didn't move the ball hardly at all.
3:52 to go here in quarter number 2.
Comes Daniels. I wonder where he was asleep at back there.
He's standing up on the right end. Quarterback's going to keep it. Pick up a couple of yards. Daniels comes around the outside. He's involved in the tackle.
He's a big boy. He's a good player. He shook off a couple blocks there and helped make that tackle.
Marquise Daniels on the stop. He was 3 on the play. 2nd down, 7. All to 24.
Still didn't look like much of anything, but it picks up 3 yards.
3 yards in a cloud of dust. You do that 4 times, Charlie, you got a first down.
Woody Hayes, you're going to have a hard time getting a cloud of dust off of this, though. You might get a cloud of rubber dust or something, maybe.
Rubber tread.
Yep. Handoff up the middle. Sherman out to the 30, close to the first down at the 31. And the side official says it is a first down.
I think they may have an extra crewman here because of the weather, Charlie, being so hot.
Could very well be.
Maybe this is a normal crew. I didn't remember it being quite this large.
Maybe they just know it's a good game.
It's a 6-man crew.
Up the middle again. That's 47 for Central. The bottom of the pile. That's Jory Maddox again. Gain of 4.
Of course, in the middle of from Division I here, K-State beats Oklahoma State 38-35. That's a big upset.
Another pass attempt, high and incomplete as they were going towards number 2. That is Adrian Aviles, or Aviles.
Aviles. I always have trouble with that name. Been pronounced 18 different ways.
Well, there's Avila College. There's pro baseball players whose name is Avilas. Avila.
Correct. Like I said, that's 3 already.
Third down. Eagles hold. They can get the ball back again before halftime. 2:17 to go, and I think they have 1 timeout left.
And coming with this sweep out of this play like this.
Belly play. Nope. Pitch outside. Read very nicely and pushed out of bounds.
They've done a nice job on that option. The place has been killing him is right on the first option. Second and third option has not been any problem. Coach Black out there revving him up. Coach, he's a spark plug, that Coach Black is, along with Coach Calloway.
Corral Hill standing at his 20-yard line. Punter drops it, picks it up, gets it away. It's a low line drive, but it's going to bounce and roll out of bounds. And there's a flag on the far side as 2 players get into it a little bit.
The first one or second one get caught, Charlie?
Oh, it's always the second one. You know that.
Yeah, but remember, the first mouse gets killed, but the second mouse gets the cheese.
We'll look and see. Brady Toll, 84. And the other one on the other side.
During the kick, holding, number 84.
It is a holding call.
10 yards from the kick. First down.
So instead of being at the 23-yard line, it will be backed up a little bit.
About 11 and a half to be right on it.
Unless it's a 10-yard penalty and they just mark off 10 to the 13. Let's see where they're going to walk to.
First down 10. Ball will be at the 13.
13, you're right, Charlie.
Well, he hasn't stopped yet. Let's see if that's where he stops. He didn't stop at the 13. He's trying to figure out if it's half the distance to the goal or it's a 10-yard penalty.
Should be a 10-yard penalty.
He's trying to figure it out. He's going to put it at the 13 after some consideration.
His brain was working like mine, Charlie.
That's a scary thought, Jim Ray.
Yeah, that's what happens. You get to be 66. Just thankful you're here.
I understand that. So 13-yard line. 1:44 left in the half. Shifting their defense over, finding where Taylor is, and now Side judge blows the whistle.
Game clock operator, please set the game clock at 1:42. 1:42, please.
Resetting from 136 to 142.
How many timeouts does
I think the scoreboard says they have 3, but I think they only have 1 left.
they could stop that clock trying to get it back? William Penn could. They're down here.
I think William Penn maybe has 2 left. 3 receivers bottom of the screen. Brown backs up. Got plenty of time. Looks underneath. Finds a receiver. Picks up a few yards. Carell Hill gets his first reception of the ball game. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Makes it 2nd down and 7.
They're not scared to throw that ball in the shadow of the goalpost, are they?
They are not afraid to throw it at any point in time. It becomes part of their running game, these little pitches to the outside. Brown again. Got a nice pocket. Winds up and throws. Almost picked off. Almost caught.
It falls incomplete.
It falls incomplete as Alfonso Battle had his hands on it. It was intended for Taylor and ended up falling on the ground after it touched 2 or 3 or 4 different sets of hands on the way there. And now it's 3rd down, and an incomplete pass will give the ball back to the Statesman with about a minute and 15 seconds or so to go, and it'll probably be around midfield. See what Brown can dial up here on 3rd down and 7. Quick out pass to Taylor. Makes the first man miss. Makes the second man miss. And he's across the 20, but he's going to be about 3 yards short. And there comes a timeout. Central pointing like there should be a flag somewhere.
It'll be 4th down. Timeout. William Penn. Their 3rd and final timeout.
That's their last timeout. But with 1:14 to go, they're going to get the ball back with about a minute. No timeouts. Somewhere around midfield.
Look for them to try to block this, Charlie, or return it. I think they may try to block it.
Well, with punting into the wind, it's not going to go very far, so they might as well try and block it because there's probably not going to be much of a return on it anyway.
They'll have plenty of time to run that ball down the field. Of course, they don't have any timeouts left, so that helps.
Yeah, but they can spike it, and they get the stoppage in time while the chains are reset when they get first downs.
Makes it tough if you're running the football.
Yeah, it's a great offense when you're even or ahead. When you get behind by some, it becomes really difficult because you're eating up so much time to move the ball down the field.
Payment is quick and easy, and all orders can be picked up at the to-go window of the concession stand. Thank you.
So Petrin back will be standing. He's at his own 5 right now.
Formation. Masters deep.
1 man back. Everybody up on the line. Snaps high. Kicks away. End over end. Wind knocking it down. It's going to hit. Check up. And take a bounce backwards. And somebody needs to get on that because it picked up about 7 yards Statesman way with the bounce. And it's down around the 34-yard line. 1:02 left.
I just wonder if they'll throw the football here. They almost have to throw the football to get that down there.
Well, unless they got a field goal kicker that we don't know about.
We haven't seen him so far.
We have not. That would be Anthony Torres, listed as their kicker, 5'9", 190-pound sophomore. Well, the music's plenty good.
About your era, Charlie.
So Crean, or Crehan, or Crean. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. Nice play by whoever that is that's getting up off the pile there. 32.
32 or 22, I can't tell which.
74 Styles almost stopped for the Eagles.
They say Styles.
It probably is.
Could have been London Chambers as well. He was being held and still got a tackle for a loss. Clock continues to run down to 40. Pass completed. Number 2 out of bounds.
Gained back a bunch of that yardage, Charlie.
Kicker warming up on the sideline, and that's not who they told us it would be, so maybe they have a long kicker and a short kicker. Anyway, it's 3rd down and almost 6. 33.2 seconds to go. Play clock at 15, so no problem there. Back again. Has to pull it down. Then he winds up and throws it out of bounds. And now let's see what they'll do on 4th down.
Great pressure there by Will Miles. Big 6'7", 240-pound.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to throw around or over. And they're not bringing anybody out on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 6.
That would be a pretty good field goal right there. That would be 47-yard field goal.
And here comes the kicking team now as we speak. They're going to give it, looks like they're going to give it a try.
Call me a liar again, Charlie. That's 94 doing the kicking for them.
And I'm looking, and I don't see a 94 listed as a kicker for him either.
See 94 under Tyler Heffelfinger.
Heffelfinger.
Thank you.
No problem. And a timeout called. Has to be Central, and they're probably last one.
They got the music going, Charlie, this day.
Stick around at halftime. We'll have the CMU Marching Band on for you. So if you've got somebody in the band, we're going to have them on. You get a chance to see and hear.
It's directed by Skip Vanderlick, who does a fantastic job.
He certainly does.
CMU graduate.
Yep, he was here when I was here.
Taught at Fayette High School for, 30 years, Charlie?
He did, and had award-winning bands year after year after year at Little Fayette High School. Well, this is they're putting it down just short of the 37, so this would be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Ball's down, it's blocked, scooped up, and taken out of bounds with 21 and a half seconds to go.
Hope this doesn't bite him in the butt. I hope this does bite him in the butt.
Yeah, well, you got no timeouts, and you got to go 65 yards, so you're throwing the ball deep and looking for something, right? 2 out of the 3 things are good for you.
Doesn't make anything about the deep, as long as they intercept it and run it back for a TD.
Yeah. Throw the ball long and make sure somebody, you don't want the kickoff, the missed field goal of Auburn, Alabama of years ago, right?
Correct.
Where you want to return at 108 yards for a
touchdown. You could just feel that coming too, Charlie.
Yeah, well, he was going to have to low line drive it, and with the size of Miles and Daniels, you got some big people you got to get it over, and if you can't get the ball up in the air. And there goes a hole that gets away with it. Brown's just going to turn and throw it away. And he does onto the sideline with 15.1 to go.
Sign up that coach there, or that injured player there on the sideline, made a heck of a catch.
He's wearing jersey number 21. That'd be Jakari Gadsden, if that's who that is. D-back. That was number 55 for William Penn that was forcing the issue with Brown. Still got time for 2 more plays, and here they come again. Screen pass. Lined up nicely. Simmons with it.
Get out of bounds.
He does with 7.8, so you got time for another sideline pass and then decide whether you want to go end zone or try a field goal.
Nice call there.
Yep, if they're just teeing off and coming after you, let them do it and throw it into that open area and go.
Jacoby is the offensive coordinator. They have an offensive pass coordinator and a run coordinator, and Goulet is the run coordinator. Former player here at CMU, offensive lineman, played here about 3 years ago, left for a while, went to coach other places. And then coach was in need of an offensive lineman and offered him a job, and came back to the area and does a wonderful job.
So we've got a timeout. Central had a timeout left. The scoreboard still has 3 timeouts left for each team up there. So Hard to say exactly what anybody has, but the ball is just inside Statesman territory at the 49-yard line. 7.8. You got time for a quick out and try and pick up 10 or 15 yards, but that's probably not going to be enough for a field goal.
Need at least 20, Charlie, I'd say. That would be still a 47-yard field goal.
Yeah, into the wind.
Into the wind's correct. I don't know, is that still blowing pretty good out there? I don't think it's. I think
it's not too much. The flags on top of the crossbar, the uprights that I'm looking off to my left are flapping a little bit, but not very much.
I don't think the wind's much of a factor it was earlier, Charlie.
On the other end, it's a little stronger, but still, a 20-yard pickup from here is going to be a net 3 yards, so you're looking at a 46-yard attempt.
Correct. Be a pretty good field goal.
Under any circumstances. People are going to see this score being 0-0 if it ends up that way at half and going, what a defensive struggle.
And we've moved the ball, only seen, 2 punts, I believe?
Brown back. Pressure, steps away from it. Going to load up and throw long. Caught, but unfortunately, no time on the clock. It's all got zeros up straight across the board.
Now that was an extremely hard catch.
That was number 17, was it not?
I believe so, Charlie.
Trayvon Hards. And that's going to be the end of the half because Eagles want to line up and do something, but the scoreboard has 0-0-0 straight across it. So they're going to talk about it. The band's going to take the field. We're going to have the Stanford band incident again here before, hopefully not. Now the band's going to back up. They're going to say what? Didn't turn his mic on to tell us anything. And, of course, William Penn's leaving. They're taking it at halftime. Central's lined up to run a play. They're trying to keep them separated as players are kind of jawing at each other as they go by.
Quarterback's out there for William Penn trying to keep order.
Yeah, just go to the locker room, he says. Let's just go.
I don't think we have any love loss here.
It doesn't appear that way. So the marching band's out ready to go. We're just going to keep it here for halftime, and we'll step back in from time to time, but we're going to let you listen to the CMU band as we'll hang a headset out the window, and hopefully we've got them on camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to homecoming. Debuting their new uniforms and under the direction of Skip Panlick and the field command.
So, all right, we're going to let you listen to them.
Proudly present the sound of Central. Please welcome the CMU Marching Eagle Band.
Every time I try to cut to one, it cuts like 5 minutes later. things go wrong that we can think of. Cameras look good. It just takes about 5 minutes for the plays to actually show up.
So they were in that part behind on the unit.
Yeah, I think so. We're still connected to that internet there, but I'm sure we're going to switch to the hotspot over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce our 2020 Homecoming King and Queen candidates and the candidates for CMU's Prince and Princess. Up first are our Prince and Princess candidates. Please welcome freshman Carly Wolfe from Camdenton, Missouri, and Austin Ennis. He's from Neelyville, Missouri. Carly is the daughter of Carrie and Eric Schultz. She is majoring in business and interior design. Her favorite memory so far has been meeting so many new people and making new friends. After graduation, Carly plans to pursue a career in interior design. Austin is the son of Tim and Jennifer Ennis. Austin is majoring in biology. His favorite memory so far was his first baseball game at CMU. After graduation, Austin hopes to attend physical therapy school and eventually open his own practice. Carly Wolfe and Austin Ennis. Next up, sophomores Claire Danker from Omaha, Nebraska, and Jason Long Jr. from Wright City, Missouri. Claire is the daughter of Gene and Kevin Danker. She is majoring in marine biology. Her favorite memory is taking a trip to Honduras with the Marine Biology Club right before her first semester at Central, where she met some new friends who welcomed her right away and got her to join Kappa Beta Gamma. After graduation, Claire would like to move to the coast and get a job working on the conservation of marine life. Jason is the son of Mary and Jason Long. He is majoring in mathematics. Jason's favorite memory is going to the silent disco party in the rec center last year. After graduation, Jason plans to pursue an engineering degree, make a lot of money, and someday be able to dunk a basketball. Claire Danker and Jason Long Jr. Our final Prince and Princess candidates are juniors Madison Crook from Siloam Springs, Arkansas, and Wade Spillman from Higbee, Missouri. Madison is the daughter of Deanna and J.C. Crook. She's majoring in psychology. Madison's favorite memory at CMU was going to the Nationals with the competitive cheer team her freshman year and getting to meet so many hardworking and fun teammates. After graduation, she hopes to find a job working with kids in the psychology field. Wade Spillman is the son of Michael and Leslie Spillman. He is majoring in nursing. Wade's favorite memory is being accepted into CMU's nursing program. After graduation, Wade would like to become an ICU travel nurse and eventually go to law school to become a nurse attorney. Madison Crook and Wade Spillman. And now it is time for our King and Queen candidates. Our first pair is Jordan Wolfe from Camdenton, Missouri, and Kate Getling from Kansas City, Missouri. Jordan is the daughter of Carrie and Eric Schultz. She is majoring in physical education. Her favorite memory is making history and being part of the most successful volleyball team CMU has ever had. After graduation, Jordan plans to play competitive volleyball internationally while earning her master's degree. She hopes in the future she has the opportunity to teach physical education and coach volleyball at her high school. Cade is the son of Donna and Stephen Getling. He is majoring in computer science. His favorite memory is the long nights and early mornings with his best friends. Right now, he's solely focused on graduating and will figure the rest out from there. Jordan Wolfe and Kate Getling. Next up are McKendra Fisher from Russellville, Missouri, and Luke Gray from Fulton, Missouri. McKendra is the daughter of Matt and Shelley Fisher. She is majoring in healthcare administration. McKendra's favorite memory is having the opportunity to meet so many wonderful friends at CMU and knowing they will be in her life forever. After her graduation in December, she plans to find a big girl job, doing what she loves in healthcare, and go on whatever path God takes her. Luke Gray is the son of Dina and Tracy Gray. He is majoring in sports management. Luke's favorite memory at CMU is having the opportunity to meet new people and create long-lasting friendships. Also running the hill with the baseball team. Kidding, of course. that may have been his least favorite memory. After graduation, Luke plans on attending grad school and pursuing a Master's of Business Administration degree in sports management. McKendra Fisher and Luke Gray. Next up, a round of applause for Lauren Payne from Dearborn, Missouri, and Josh Carton from Bradenton, Florida. Lauren is the daughter of Brian and Stacy Payne. She is majoring in biology. Her favorite memory is joining Sigma Pi Alpha her freshman year and all the friends she has made along the way. After she graduates in May, she plans to pursue a master's degree in genetic counseling. Josh is the son of Tim and Robin Carton. He is majoring in criminal justice. His favorite memories are those he has made through playing football at CMU with the friends he will have for life. After graduation, he plans to move back to Florida and become a conservation agent for Florida Fish and Wildlife. Lauren Payne and Josh Carton. Our final pair of candidates, Shannon Peters from Waverly, Missouri, and Alec Fields from Fulton, Missouri. Shannon is the daughter of Byron and Cheryl Peters. She is majoring in biology. Her favorite memories are sledding down the hill by the rec center with friends and beating Grandview in volleyball last year to win the conference championship and go to nationals. After graduation, Shannon plans on attending physical therapy school and eventually getting married and building a house in the country. Alec Fields is the son of Melanie Stotler. He is majoring in music education. Alec's favorite memory is going on band and chorale tour. After graduation, Alec would like to be a band director. Shannon Peters and Alec Fields. Ladies and gentlemen, one final round of applause for your 2020 CMU Homecoming Court. We would now like to introduce your 2020 Homecoming Prince and Princess. Your prince is Wade Spillman. And Wade, your princess, none other than Madison Crook. Wade Spillman, Madison Crook, your prince and princess. And now, the envelope, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 2020 Central Methodist University Homecoming King, Luke Gray. And Luke, your 2020 Homecoming Queen, Shannon Peters.
Did we do Steven? Yeah, we got 2 songs left in the band.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for your 2020 Homecoming Court and King Luke Gray and Shannon Peters. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would also like to announce the winner of the 2020 Homecoming Week. And that winner is Zeta Psi Lambda.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, back to the sound of Central. The sound of Central now features its color guard under the direction of Karen Jeffries with a routine to the AC/DC hit Back in Black. Ladies and gentlemen, to close today's show, the Eagle Band invites you to help us show our Eagle Pride spirit with the CMU fight song as we exit the field.
All right, the sights and sounds of homecoming at Central Methodist as Prince, Princess are announced, King and Queen announced, the fraternity, sorority announced. So all of that's good so far. And we have a visitor in the booth, and Jim Ray is going to talk to him in just a second. I'll give Jim Ray a chance to get his headset ready to go, and then we'll get his guest headset on and have everybody ready for this halftime interview.
Welcome, Eagle fans. Jim Ray Cluck here at Davis Field, and I get the privilege to introduce or speak with Stephen Mayne. Stephen Mayne we'll let him talk here in a second, but he's the new head golf coach here at Central Methodist University, and it's kind of a long way around. Tell us how you got here, Stephen.
Sure. So I've been in the U.S. now for about 12 years. I came out to coach soccer first. After about 4 years of coaching soccer, I realized it was probably time to start education. So I went to college here in Missouri, and then after I graduated, I came to CMU to be a graduate assistant for women's soccer.
Where'd you graduate from?
London Wood University.
That was used to be one of our arch rivals. We'll let that go. Go ahead.
Thank you, appreciate it. And then about last year, the opportunity arose to look at reinstating the golf program here, and I've always had quite a strong interest in background in golf, and it just seemed like a kind of natural fit, to kind of reinstate our golf team here.
What is you have another title, Stephen, too, along with being just a head golf coach. You're not just a head golf coach, but you work here underneath. First of all, you work underneath the head soccer coach.
Danker Midland.
Dan Midland. You help the women and the guys when you first got here.
Just the women, just under Coach Midland.
Okay, because he coached both at one point in time, and I knew that. And then you ended up doing that, and then you had the opportunity to coach golf. You took that. But what is your other titles?
Sure. So my official title is Emerging Sports Counselor. So I recruit students to CMU that are general students as well as students for some of our emerging sports programs.
Okay, and so that's you have an area then, and you also have emerging. So what are the emerging sports? Can you talk about that, or is that strictly off limits?
Sure. So we have obviously men and women's golf, and last year we had men and women's wrestling. We've got a couple sports that we're hoping to add here within the next year, but we'll keep that between us here just now.
So we're keeping that under wraps. You can't tell. Tell us where you're from exactly.
I am from Prestwick in Scotland.
I didn't notice the accent. He sometimes talks to me, and he's not very distinct. I think he does that on purpose. But I'm talking very distinctly today, and I hope you can hear him out there in Eagle Land. Tell us a little about your golf team. You brought in how many kids this year? Men's side and the women's side.
So we brought in 15 guys this year and 11 girls, which was a pretty decent start. We'd hoped to try and get in a few more, but obviously we had some changes that we had to kind of overcome in the spring here. But we've started off pretty well. All things considered, we're quite happy with where we're at right now.
I'm sure the COVID situation didn't help matters any at all.
Sure. There was always going to be a few students that didn't want to come to any college, but I think CMU has done a great job of trying to keep everybody as safe as possible. We're doing as many. Everybody's getting tested once a week right now. So I think CMU has done such a good job of trying to keep the students' best, health as they can.
I think the last count I heard that we were at 20 here, right? 24 to be exact. About as low as 17 up to 24 positives. They checked this. What's the third or fourth round of testing?
Yeah, I believe it's the fourth, and we have more testing starting next week as well.
So they really bought into this, CMU administration. They've done a great job. My hat's off to all the administration, but also to Brad Dixon, who's really spearheaded this and done a great job. What did you start the season here? I know that you have a fall season and a spring season, but the main season's in the spring, but you've had a couple tournaments here. How's that gone on the men and women's side?
Sure. So our first tournament was hosted by Missouri Valley. The guys finished third overall, I believe, out of 10 teams there, and the girls finished fourth out of 7 teams there. To be honest, neither team played particularly well over the 54 holes for the guys and 36 for the girls. But to be competitive right away without playing great golf is actually somewhat pleasing.
So you had tell us a couple highlights of the men's side and then a couple highlights of the women's side.
So in our first tournament, we had our freshman, Cassandra. She finished 5th place overall, which was a good start for her first tournament. And then the last tournament out for the guys, we had Mateus Bacolo from Argentina. He finished tied 2nd overall. So that shows that our team is heading in the right direction, but we also have some kind of outstanding players in there as well.
I know that they haven't come out with the rankings yet, but they will. In other words, they rank all the players, teams, and so on and so forth. I don't know. Did you speak to Nick Rule from up in Iowa? Or
Spoke with Andy Kelly, Baker.
Kelly, excuse me, he's the head of the conference now. He's a former player from Baker University. Underneath Karen Exxon, a rival coach, who did a heck of a job there at Baker when I was coaching golf here at Central Methodist University. And but where do they think you'd rank at, Steve?
I think on the guy side, maybe 7th or 8th in there. Girls side, probably 8th or 9th. We've got some time to hopefully try and change that. We have our fall preview coming up here next week, so hopefully the guys and girls can go on there and put in a really strong showing and see if we can potentially try and get up there just a little bit higher.
I think that's an unbelievable start, to be honest with you. I know when I first started it, because it had dropped off for many years, and I got it started. And then it took me more than I didn't have a great showing starting out. I ended up winning a conference. So you have something to shoot at a conference title, and I wish you well. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Stephen?
No, thank you. Just thanks for tuning in to the Eagles football game here.
Well, that sounds great. So you've heard it from Stephen Mayne here, head golf coach, and also say that one more time, the
Emerging Sports Counselor.
Emerging Sports Counselor. I give him a lot of thunder about that because his office is right next to mine, and I'm not there all the time. He's here all the time. Let me tell you what, this young man works his behind off. He works hard, puts in a lot of hours, and he's a great attribute here to the Central Methodist community, to the school, and to get this program rolling in here with 25, 26 kids right straight off. Unbelievable. Especially on the women's side, having 11 golfers on the ladies' side. That's hard to do. So hats off to you. Congratulations, and keep up the good work. Hope you bring home some hardware here very shortly.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. That's it here with Stephen Mayne.
We're just about to the end of the halftime festivities. So we'll turn things back down just a skosh because we turned everything up to try and get the band and all so that you could hear all of that as well. Halftime statistics. Go over those real quick for you because we've got about a minute or so before we're back up and going. Pretty even. As you see, the score is 0-0, but it could very well be 14-7. 8 first downs for William Penn to 7 for Central. 93 total yards rushing for William Penn, 18 for Central, but Central's got 138 yards of passing yardage. And William Penn has 0 yards, so total plays, 33 plays for William Penn for 123 yards, 26 plays for 156 yards for Central. Possession time, surprisingly, is 2-1 in favor of Central, 20 minutes and 4 seconds to 10 minutes and 4 seconds for William Penn. Central will get the football to start the second half, and we're just about set to do that. William Penn getting ready to kick.
That's right. I think both defenses have actually done the best job in these games. That's what I've seen so far.
I would agree, and we're just about set to go. Yes. There's the kick to start the second half. Fielded about the 6-yard line. Right back up the middle, finds a little crease, and then gets hit hard out beyond the 25. Player comes off of that pile feeling pretty good about himself.
That was heel on the return.
First down 10.
Yeah.
One more man and he would have broke that, I think.
I think you're right. I'm looking at okay. So Brown ready to go. Hands off to Simmons up the middle. Going to get a yard or so, maybe. Push back.
Might even be generous there, Charlie.
Yeah.
There wasn't much going.
Forward progress, we hope. It's on to the 29, so call it a yard game. Second down 9. Just got a feeling of whoever can put some points on the board first, Jim Ray, may have a huge advantage. I know that sounds like a big cliche, but Simmons with the low snap that's at the feet of the quarterback, picks it up and loses a couple of yards trying to go forward with it.
At least he got on that football and did the right thing. There's no doubt about that.
So a loss of 3 makes it 3rd and 12.
CMU coming out here not real crisp right straight off.
And they've got what wind there is at their back. Normally when you get the ball, you're going into the wind, but
they took that wind in the second half, third, fourth quarter.
There's Cooper Wilson, his favorite receiver for yardage, with a catch, and it's good enough for not only 12 but about 17 or 18 yards, and it gets it out to the 44-yard line. And there's a flag, went too fast. I'm going to look and see.
Call procedure penalty on the Eagles, I believe.
Yeah, for not being set for snapping it too quick. Yeah. Wilson only had 2 catches, which is kind of surprising in the first half for 25 yards. Catavius Taylor had 3 catches for 20.
The biggest catch was 48 yards, and that was by the
Trayvon Hards.
Correct.
We ended the first half. We needed 1 more second on the clock, or 2, but did not have it.
Frog had wings. He wouldn't bump his butt so much, Charlie.
Yeah, 1st and 15. Sweep, cuts it inside to the 41, 42-yard line.
That actually is a completed pass.
Since it was forward?
Yes, sir. Even though it's underhanded, it's a pass. So if it had fallen on the ground, it would just been
safe.
Incomplete. They're very safe. That's why they do it.
Pickup of 3 makes it 2nd down and 12. We've seen Brown run 1 time in the ball game, and that's it.
Good pressure there by the William Penn Statesman.
That's Marquise Knighton.
Big boy in the middle. 300-plus pounder.
Yeah, I'm going to look real quick because I looked it up earlier and could tell you that.
40, I believe.
340 is correct, and now it's 3rd down and long.
That's the only thing I can remember, Charlie, is numbers. I have a hard time remember your name sometimes, but
it's tough, Jim Ray.
I know.
Brown, pressure, flushed. Going to tuck it and get what he can and get out of bounds. Gets back close to the original line of scrimmage. He's going to be about 3 yards short of that, so it'll be 4th down and 13. So not a big start after the nice pass play. Picks up a 1st down, a penalty, and some other issues. Push them back. Luke Masters back, standing at the 20-yard line, and that may not be far enough back, but I guess he's being told if it goes over his head to let it go. Because Petron's got the wind. Rush comes. Kind of off the side of his foot, going to have a good bounce, and it takes a nice bounce, continues to roll, and goes out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Nice kick by Petron.
Yeah, turned out just fine. Not a high spiral.
It wasn't the prettiest thing to say, Charlie, to say anything. He had 3 kicks in the first half for 69 yards, an average of 23 yards. And one of those is a short kick.
Yeah, one of those was like a 29-yard kick because it got down at the 1-yard line.
Pooch kick there, but again, like you said, got down. He did his best kick of the day, in all reality.
Yeah, best effective kick, that's for sure. Sherman in the backfield, Crehan. Quarterback, motion. Up the middle, gain of a couple of yards as Sherman just pounds away. First half for him. 13 rushing attempts for 61 yards, average 4.7. And his long was 7 yards.
Yeah, he's a load. Keeps bashing him.
Picks up about 3. Archer Charles started in motion, goes back to his wing. 16 on the play clock, so got plenty of time.
Looks like CMU is playing a cover 0 here.
Comes a sweep. Met and knocked down as Masters.
Got no gain on the play, I believe. Good defensive play there.
As Daniels bumps around a little bit on the side, trying to work off getting hit down around the knee, I think. He's out stretching. Says he's okay.
He's a good-looking kid, Charlie.
Boy, he is. He's an athletic-looking kid.
Yeah.
You put him on one side, Miles on the other, and you're going to have to get some loft on the pass to get it over those two young men.
That's the way it is right now. So I don't see Miles there.
Yeah, he's the left end. Stand up.
Mm-hmm. So is Daniels playing the right end. You got 6 guys rushing this quarterback. And a foul.
Ball's on the ground. Picked up. And it's a touchdown for the Eagles as they come away with the ball.
Another scoop and fumble this week.
Jory Maddox credited with the touchdown. Kari Henley came off like he was in pretty good shape, and we've got a player down on the field around the 10-yard line for Central. So a hit, a fumble. Tried to pick it up, didn't get it picked up.
There you go about them turnovers, Charlie.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Who was that masked man?
That's down on the field?
No, the one that scored a touchdown.
Oh, they say it was Jory Maddox, who they gave credit to for, but 7 Henley came off the field like he's the one that either forced the fumble or recovered it one way or the other. So
there was about a half dozen of them in the backfield.
Yeah, there was a lot of them pushing. Whoever had the ball had an entourage to get them to the end zone. Whoever's down on the field looks like maybe a cramp, we're hopeful. And that might be Daniels, who was trying to walk it off before that last play started anyway. So the Eagles strike first with a fumble recovery. They got one of those last week for a touchdown.
Scoop and score, that's what you teach them, scoop and score.
So the second or third fumble of the ball game. Let's see what the turnover sheet said for at halftime.
That is it's number 8, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Daniels.
A little cramp, I believe, isn't it?
Yep, that's the way they were trying to massage it out of there.
Need some more fluid. You used to say drink pickle juice, that'll help you out. I don't know about that.
I don't know either. Might make your leg feel better, but I think the rest of you's going to feel bad.
Yeah, good chance to puke there, I think. Up check, I should have said.
Yeah. Petrin for the extra point. Ball's down, kick on the way. And it is good. 7-0 Central. 10:13 to go, third period. Defense comes through again. Got 5 turnovers last week, and they've got 2 so far this week. Pair of fumble recoveries, and this one turns into points.
Dan is walking pretty normal on the sideline, so I'm sure he'll be back in there. He's trying to head to the water trough.
Yeah, he's going to have to go find some fluids.
I'd say these fluid situations is kind of tough here. I know at Boonville, at the high school level, they each have their own jug, Charlie.
Yeah, that's kind of the only way you're going to be able to do it, unless somebody's just going by and squirting it and not letting anybody touch it.
I don't believe that's going to happen. She's filling up a water bottle right there. And he has not, I've taken a look at him, he has not taken one drink yet.
So with the wind behind him, Petrin doesn't like that ball. He wants the kicking football rather than the other one that's harder than a rock. He'll squeeze it.
Never quite understand all that, but they're a different sort anyway, Charlie.
They certainly are. They have their own thought process, and whatever seems to work for them is just fine. So
you leave them alone.
Just let them do what they're going to do. Masters and Charles deep. This one doesn't clear the end zone. Return, nice return, a lot of room, falls down, trips, and is finally knocked down. And that's Archer Charles with the return, out past the 30-yard line. Petrin, when he kicked off, kicked it to the back of the end zone in the air. This one comes down around the 10-yard line or so. So Crean. Pitch. Oh, my.
What an alley field. What an alley field there.
That's Henley 7.
Number 7, Henley's right. That's what you call an alley field. He absolutely blasted him. He's wondering where that freight train came from.
Yeah, when you don't throw the ball very effectively, the safeties can step up and get a little closer to the line of scrimmage, and Henley just got a load and picked up speed and filled the hole and ran right through the back.
They're playing about 8 yards deep, maybe 7 there now. He's clear up to 6 yards. Of course, he's pretty animated right now after that big hit.
9:23 to go. That was a loss of a yard. They go back to Sherman inside, and he picks up his 4 or 5 yards.
The fumble. I don't know if he's already down or not.
Or he was just falling forward again, because that's the thing. He keeps going forward, and he picks up another half yard to a yard each time that he falls a little bit further forward.
And he was hit hard there.
Yeah, hold him and hit him. It's a gain of about 4. It'll make it 3rd down as soon as they flip the switch over there. And about 7. Big defensive play here if the Eagles can hold and get the ball back after just scoring. Put a little distance between themselves and the Statesmen.
This is one of their keys to the game. 3rd and long.
Motion, pitch, trying to get the corner, filling, and not getting there. And let's see what the number of that person, that's a single digit coming off the field too. We'll see what number that, 2 perhaps?
Or 7, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not 2. It's coming right towards us. 9.
We're almost here, and we still.
That's Anthony Hernandez.
Okay.
How about that?
5, isn't it?
5 or 9. Eric Mays would
I
be
think
the
it's
other
Eric
choice.
Mays, yeah. It's really difficult. I'm going to tell Coach Callaway about those numbers.
Well, he'll tell you that's fine. Maybe the other team can't read them either. Line drive kick that's going to hop and just check up right there. Picked up.
Wow, it's dangerous.
That's dangerous to say the least. Hill was going to just let it roll, and he went and everybody kind of backed off from it to let it settle. He picked it up and picked up about 5 yards on the return, but that's a dangerous play. You pick that up and get hit right away, and you can lose the football, and it's turnover, and field position has flipped considerably.
That's why on defense there on that punt team, you go down there and you pick that ball up and you hand it to the official, so that kind of thing doesn't happen. Talking about the William Penn, the defenses.
So Brown with Simmons behind him. Coming around the corner. He's got the corner. Down to the 30 and knocked out of bounds.
That was a nice change of direction here. He went to the right and broke it back. Field tackles see the hole there, see seam. He saw seam and he took it, Charlie.
Okay. Yeah, he got outside pretty easily.
Down that red zone now.
Well, we're having some camera issues. Again, I tell you, the heat, we hate the heat. We've got cameras sitting outside in the sunshine, and 1 or 2 of them have stopped doing what they're doing. So Nick Thomas is trying to get all that straightened out for us as we go along, so we may end up with a different angle and just have to go with that. We've got a camera that's got this part of the field covered, so we'll just flip over to that thing and let you see it.
A new running back in the game, Bolton, for the Eagles.
Yeah, first time we've seen him. He helps pick up the blitz. There's a hold on the way. Brown's going to tuck it and get out of bounds, but it's going to come back anyway.
Interesting story about him. He was thinking about not coming back, and Coach, his dad called Coach and said he will be back, and here he is. So kind of interesting story. Like to hear those stories, and this man's contributing a lot to this team. He's out of Texas.
Number 75, 10-yard penalty, previous spot. Replay, second down.
It is a hold on the Eagles. Chris Turner, the guilty subject. So that brings up a second down in forever, second down in about 20.
Should be about 20 or 21.
21, Charlie.
Oh, man. You get a nice play, you get a nice run around the end, and then lose a yard, get a little behind the sticks, get a holding penalty. Now you're a lot behind the sticks, and you got a chance to put distance between yourselves and the Statesmen by make it more than a one-possession ball game, a one-score game. Let's see what Brown can pull out here. Looks right, looks left, throw it flush, throw it away.
Smart play. That's a seasoned quarterback.
Referee explaining he was outside the tackle box and threw the ball past the line of scrimmage, so no penalty for grounding the football.
His intentional grounding would be a loss of down and the distance. Pretty severe penalty.
41-yard line, and they have to get to the 21, so 20 yards. 3rd and 20. They need to get some if they want to think about a field goal attempt. William Penn's pressure's been good. Screen coming. Broken up.
He's fair game there because he was behind the line of scrimmage, so you can hit that receiver. He'll punt the ball here, Charlie.
Minderman, one of the defenders in the way there. Well, that's really not much you can do other than that. Pin them back and make them go. 6:25 to go here in quarter number 3.
Richard Broadneck's out there, one of the punt protectors, young man I helped recruit out of Texas. Man could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman wearing white gloves.
Block comes, doesn't get there. Fair catch call for at the 10, and that's where the Statesmen will take over on offense. Second possession, third possession, I guess, for them here in the second half.
See if we can get another turnover and another scoop and score. Let's have a pick and score, a dash and score.
There you go. Pick 6 is okay.
Yep, I'd like that.
They don't seem too inclined to throw the football, though.
No, and there's no reason to right now. Still got plenty of time left here in this ball game, and only down by a score.
I don't think they've thrown a ball here in the second half. They were 2 for 5 for 0 total yards in the first half. They're just going to go back to Sherman and trying to run the ball up the middle. And Skiles can match pound for pound with him and muscle for muscle and gets him to stand up, and the pile pushes him backwards, and not much forward motion there.
Colton Skiles from Ava, Missouri. Good kid, good young man. Earned a varsity scholarship. Good for him. Hats off to him. An Ava Bear.
Still 2nd and 10. They say no gain on the play. Miles jumps up. Now he's in the up position. They're going to try and run left. And that's not going to go anywhere either, as Chauncey Andrews tries to get around the corner.
The best bet has been when they've been going up the middle, taking that first option, Charlie.
Yeah, and then they have run a couple of they had a really nice play in the first half with the quarterback keeping and then making a pitch late. They really haven't gone back to – we haven't seen that part of their offense lately. It's either been a jet sweep or a sweep from coming from one side going the other way, or the handoff right up the middle. They didn't run the fake up the middle, roll out, and let the quarterback decide if he wants to pitch it or not. They did that once in the first half, and it was pretty effective.
They're basically running a wing T is what they're doing.
A lot of pressure, and down goes the quarterback. Line got there in a hurry. He got back and set up, and here came a defensive player. 99, is that who that is, Jim?
It's Richard Broadneck. Just got through talking about him being a protector.
He gets the sack, and now the punter is all the way at the back of the end zone. The ball's at the 7.
Barely got enough yardage there to
8 yards.
Need 15 yards at the most.
He's at the 8, and so he's just a couple of yards in front. Not much pressure. Low line drive that's going to bounce about the 36. Picked up. Dangerous. Saved a lot of room, a lot of yards, but very dangerous is Hill.
I do not like that at all. It's gutsy, I'll say that much, but there's a coach coming over to talk to him.
Yeah, because that's not the first time that's happened in this game. It's happened twice here and recently where he's picked up a ball on the move in traffic. It hasn't bitten anyone yet, but Eagles with the ball at the 37-yard or 36-yard line.
He's trying to make something happen, Charlie, but golly, let's use your head.
Sometimes you try and do that, try and do a little bit too much. It's something you shouldn't do. Pass out in the side. Is that Corey Luke, maybe?
I thought that was wide open. They filled that quick.
Yeah, he kind of lost his footing and had to use the football to support himself, keep himself upright.
There was a gathering of statesmen there. That's what you call a group of statesmen.
And it was Corey Luke.
Brought him down, Corey Luke.
No gain on the play. 3:46 to go here in quarter number 3. Davis Field in Fayette. Brown tucks and goes away. Run, throws the ball right down the middle. Finds his big target hard. Trayvon Hards, 6'8" is what the program says, Jim Ray.
That's a pretty tall lad.
He had the big catch right before halftime as the half ran out, and he's got that one. So 36 down to the 8 makes about a 28-yarder, and he had a 48-yarder in the first half.
He's the leading receiver yardage-wise, Charlie.
I would say so, and average-wise. He's a big target running in the middle of the field. Throw the ball up high and let him go up and get it. They start the clock. 3:28 and counting. Luke, Corey Luke, top of the screen.
First down goal for the Eagles.
Taylor and Hill out on the field as well. Simmons running back just to the left of Brown. Brown's going to roll, tuck it. Had some room to begin with, but nice closing speed from the defense from William Penn.
Also 4 on the play.
Chase Neubauer.
Second down goal, ball at the 12.
Get a push out of that offensive line there, Charlie.
Lost a couple of yards. It's second down. Sure, they don't want to do anything because they're at least in field goal range right now, but they'd like to put 7 more on the board, not just 6. Sprint out right into the end zone, and it is a touchdown, and that is Katavius Taylor.
Could have been a 15-yard penalty back there, Charlie.
12-yard touchdown pass makes it 13-0. Taylor with another touchdown. I think he had 2 last week, so he's got 3 now on the season.
Brown's helmet came off on that play, got knocked off. He didn't take it off, but that would have been a 15-yard penalty on sportsmanlike.
Petrin. Ball down. Kick is on the way, and it is good. 14-0. 2:44 third quarter. Eagles have scored a pair of touchdowns. One a defensive touchdown on a strip and recovery in the end zone. This a 12-yard touchdown pass to Taylor. I was watching the end zone as he was getting ready to throw. It looked like he had
got the wind to his back. Not a lot of wind. A little more now. Picked up a little bit, Charlie.
It has. Cooled off a little bit.
It's been kind of hard on this fat man up here. Deep kick.
Yep, all the way through the end zone to the back end.
Take the ball on the 25-yard line where William Penn will put it in play.
Your fan club, your wife, and Gayla Smith say that it's much better now. They can hear you much better than they could earlier, so they're happier now.
That's good, Charlie.
Happy wife, happy life, buddy.
Well, they've been her best friend to boot.
And Gayla and Citizens Community Bank in Boonville, a huge sponsor for Boonville High School athletics.
She's married to the Hall of Famer, Fred Smith. Great baseball player, great baseball coach. One of the best guys around on top of all that.
There goes Sherman up the middle, and he's going to pick up 5. You are correct, Jim Ray. They're going to have a hard time unless they bust a big play of sustaining 2 large, long drives because there's 2:28 to go here in quarter number 3. They're not a quick score offense.
Haven't been. Don't jinx us, Charlie. giving you trouble.
Oh, yeah, it'll be my fault. I got broad shoulders. Tight with one to the bottom. Anderson split down to the bottom of the screen. Up the middle again. Be enough for a first down.
That's her best play. It's been the most successful play all day, Charlie.
Yeah.
It's a slow go.
He had over 100 yards, did Sherman last week, and the quarterback. Now, the quarterback hasn't done hardly anything as far as rushing the ball in this game. In the first half, he didn't even have a rushing attempt.
I didn't see him run a spy on him at all, so. Yeah, this is just old wing T football, Charlie, with a couple splits.
A lot of people walk up. Here comes a sweep. Tries to cut it back inside. Does. Met hard. 47 for the Eagles. Jory Maddox, who's got a credit for a fumble recovery and a touchdown.
Yeah, they could have had him just a little ways back there.
Yeah, as William Penn gets ready to snap the ball, more defenders from Central walk up toward the line of scrimmage and get closer.
I think we're all within 7 yards, the whole team. 11 players in 7 yards of line of scrimmage.
There's a
nice
play.
Ankle tackle there.
Yeah, Miles finished it up on the top of the play, and Maddox hit down on the bottom of the pile.
Well, I think there was another guy there, too, the big, large lad there. I can't get the number, Charlie. 50-something.
I think it's 93, perhaps. Who would that be?
That would be Tyler Polk.
There you go.
J.T. Polk, but they call him Tyler. His dad's Jason. Yeah, his little brother is a heck of a football player. Decided to go to William Jew. Played Division II, playing outside back position. Of course, Division II and Division III football were canceled this year. We'd like to have him here at Central. He'd have been a good player. 3rd down and 2. Right up the middle it goes. Quarterback keeper on that one, I believe, Charlie. I think you're right, but it's still enough for a first down. If he'd have given the ball to the fullback, he got it about a yard more than that guy. So he's always plus. It's just, we're nearing the start of the fourth quarter here. 22 seconds to go. And we got a player down. Official timeout. Yeah, won't conjecture about who that is. Eagles next week go on the road to Peru State. I have a friend there that used to coach there. He stepped down as the head coach, Steve Snyder. So it's a new program. Don't know exactly what to expect. They used to run the option, so that would be nice. But I don't think they're doing it. I think they went to the spread. We alluded to the Valley Catholic High School game last night. Tell folks about that. Not that it's going to be interesting to everybody, but Blair Oaks is a powerhouse in Class 3 Missouri State football. They had a 51-game regular season winning streak broken last night at Valley Catholic, and that was a ball game that was added late because whoever Blair Oaks was supposed to play was not able to play football, so they grabbed the game with Valley Catholic, went to St. Genevieve and played, and came away with a 35-28 loss to Valley Catholic. I'll tell you another interesting thing, Charlie. They won their 49th straight game by 49. They won their 50th straight game by 50, and they won their, they scored those points, and they won they scored 51 points in their 51st straight victory. So they're a powerhouse, and the interesting part of that is that Valley Catholic has been a Class 1 school for years, but because they are so good in Class 1, MSHA, the Missouri State High School Activities Association, now has a formula they run based on points of where you finish, and when you get to so many points, you get bumped up, and you can be bumped up one class or a maximum of 2, and Valley Catholic has been bumped 2 classes up to Class 3. Don't tell anybody. Charlie's from down in that area around St. Genevieve. I went to St. Genevieve Public High School, and Valley Catholic and Webb City are the 2 most prolific state champions in Missouri high school football history. They both, I believe, have 16 state championships. I would say Jeff City's fairly close to that, too. I would say so, but a lot of these have come. Webb City's won 3 or 4 in the last 6 or 7 years, and Valley Catholic's won a couple in the last couple of years as well. But that's quite a ball game. And several years ago, Lamar broke Valley Catholic's record because they had won something like 90 straight regular season games, and they went and Lamar beat them. And since you mentioned Jeff City, the former coach at Lamar,
Mr. Bailey, Coach Bailey, is now the head coach at Jeff City. And we talked about that on the way here, that if you've never seen Lamar high school football, go to YouTube and take a look. They run a 2-quarterback set. No wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 2 wings, 2 quarterbacks, 5 linemen.
Pretty crazy. And tell you what, I was down there at a college fair at Lamar. The whole high school's wearing leather jackets like the old days, and they are buff. By that I mean they lift weights in Lamar, Missouri.
Well, Lamar, they start running those kids into those programs and teaching them that offense when they start Pee-wee football. And we're not going to have another play here in the third quarter as the clock's at 13, and William Penn is more than satisfied to let that run out, switch ends, and get out of this third quarter, which they were outscored 14-0 in, and get to quarter number 4 against the Eagles. Again, it's going to be a little bit of tough sledding because they're getting 4 yards at a pop. That's a first down, but it's also eating up about 2 minutes of time with each first down.
They also could let that expire because they have the wind now at their back.
Yeah. And it was Jory Maddox, I believe, that was the player who was down. It is for the Eagles. He's on the sideline getting attention from the training crew. Is that Wade Welton down there, Jim Ray?
I don't know if Wade is still doing this. Yep, that is what. I'll take that back. I don't think that is Wade.
I don't either, and they're taking the jersey and the pads off of Mr. Maddox, so he may be in some concussion protocol that's not going well right now because he looked a little fuzzy coming off the field, and they come and take his uniform and his pads. He's not going to get a chance to put them back on.
Well, basically, they got to take that helmet. That's what they take first.
Well, there goes his uniform and pads about the 50-yard line right now.
Yeah. Wade is just on the educational side. That's Dr. Weldon now, Charlie. Doctor.
First play of the fourth quarter, handoff right up the middle, and there's a lot of running room, and there's the play that we were talking about that they needed, a long play. Sherman dives for the pylon, and I think it's going to be a touchdown.
That wind blew him in there, Charlie.
53-yard run on the first play of quarter number 4. So what was looking very promising just a couple of minutes ago, talking about it was going to take a while for them to get in the end zone, he just takes it, cuts left, and goes all the way down the sideline and reaches the ball and hits the pylon for a touchdown.
Yeah, nice cut back there. He just cut that ball back. You could see him, and there was nobody there. I thought he was going to get caught from behind because I don't think he's as fast, one of the fastest player out there, but I guess he had too big a lead on him.
So, extra point attempt. Blocked and can be returned, but William Penn falls on it. So it stays 14-6.
So that's by Daniels, wasn't it?
Well, Daniels or Miles would be whoever I'd say if they were on the field, had a good shot at it because they're awfully tall. And then if you throw in Trayvon Hards at 6'8", you got a lot of people in the middle of the field who cause some height problems.
Daniel's limping a little bit still.
Yeah, he's trying to get off the field. He had a cramp issue a little while ago.
Needs to get fluids, but I don't see him drinking too many fluids. I watched him for a little bit.
He's going to come over and sit down.
It's hot. He'll take it out of it, especially those dark jerseys.
Yep, in high school they have mandatory water breaks from time to time.
I don't think they'll kick an onside kick here. That'd be kind of foolish, but I would be prepared for it if I was CMU.
Looks like they're going to put a hands team out there. Doesn't look like a lot of the big jerseys, big numbers, big guys out there in the front line.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
That's for sure. Tyler Heffelfinger kicks it. Back about the 2-yard line. Pancake block. Hill comes out, hit out of bounds, 15 yards added on to the play. Get off the field and be quiet. Take your 15-yard penalty as the Eagles will move it up from the 26-yard line, and they're going to get the benefit of a late hit out of bounds.
It's up to the 41, wasn't it, Charlie?
They're going to walk it off at some point. 2 flags went down.
37 is going to be the 42-yard line. 43, excuse me. I'll get it right here in a second.
Well, let's see where they end up walking from. They're turned the wrong way. They're walking the wrong way, aren't they, Jim Ray?
Well, it was a hit out of bounds, it is.
Yeah, now they're turning. Yeah, oh, yeah, we're going to go this way.
It's going to be at the 40-yard line.
Plays over with. Personal foul. Defense. Late hit out of bounds. Number 15. That 15-yard penalty before it's into the run. First down, Central Methodist.
So, better field position at the 40-yard line for the Eagles.
Just need a methodical drive here, Charlie. Tap that on there, and then we'll be in a great spot, or even a field goal.
14:36 left here in quarter number 4.
All they can do is tie it. They can't win it on one possession. They're down 8.
Brown pulls it out of there. Quick little pass underneath. As nice as a little run right there. 5-yard pickup on first down.
Maybe a little more, Charlie.
Pickup of 6. Christopher Williams perhaps with that. Something with a 1 on it.
Look, they're playing almost a cover 4 here.
They are giving everybody plenty of room. There's a little handoff and fake throw, and Simmons is going to pick up enough to make it 3rd and short.
Little delay there. They haven't seen him run that play before. I liked it.
And then the fake afterwards of Brown acting like he was throwing the football. Froze everybody for a little second, gave his man a chance to get a couple of more yards out of it. Big 3rd down play.
You see that just the opposite, Charlie. They throw and then come around with a wraparound handoff on that delay.
So 3rd down and 1. And weeding his way through, finding a little hole and crease to get through.
First down.
That was a 2-back set, Charlie. That's something new for them. First time I've seen that this afternoon. Clock is CMU sprint now.
13:23 to go as soon as they start it. Let's see, 36 looks like the up back for that. Marquise Crouch. 6 feet 225.
After that 2-back set again, I'm surprised.
Simmons with a run up the middle. Bolton checks in.
This guy's got some shifty moves. He's pretty quick, Bolton is.
Simmons is going to come out. Got a player sitting out there on the field right now.
For the William Penn.
Yeah.
Chance to catch your win there. Good for both teams. Even better for William Penn is their defense has been out on the field a little longer than their offense.
So it is it's a hot day. Cramps, dehydration, all being issues right now. See Marquis Daniels on the sidelines jogging up and down a little bit. See if he can work that cramp out of the back of his leg. Either that or he's running to talk to some people in the stands. He is actually going over to talk to somebody in the stands.
Lucky coach don't see that. That'd be his behind.
Well, whoever it is coming back. We'll see who it is that he went to talk to. It looks like somebody with a camera, but I could be wrong.
But I hope not.
You're going to see them. They're coming into your area of view on your left side right now, Jim Ray.
There's not very many people down here in front, is there, Charlie?
Nope, but right there. Unless that's Jory Maddox's dad, who left with an injury sitting on the sideline. Clock starts. Winding down, 12:45 to go, fourth quarter. 14-6 Eagles.
Got a pistol look this time, Charlie.
Something a little bit different. Roll out off of it. Looking, throwing the ball deep. Defender doesn't turn around. And there comes the flag.
Yeah.
That'll be a penalty and move it down 15 yards. The defender just couldn't get his head turned around to find the ball in time and made contact with the receiver.
I think that's a spot foul, isn't it?
15 yards previous spot. So they've gone way too far down the field.
Well, I'd say that's a pro ball there.
So about the 48, so it'll be down to about the 33-yard line, give or take a little bit. They were down inside the 15. Going to have to come back out a little bit.
Watching too much pro ball.
Yeah.
Me too for a second. I didn't think it was. I thought it was a 15-yard penalty, but it's an automatic first down, though.
It is an automatic first down, so Eagles now move a little closer. Any score here by the Eagles would be beneficial, would make it a two-possession game, two-score game for the Statesmen.
What if they'll go for two, Charlie, if they did score? Just an interesting fact.
Simmons, there goes a helmet flying as he goes through the line.
William Penn helmet.
Yeah, and he picks it up and knows that he's got to head to the sidelines.
There's that little delay again.
Deontay Bass, a freshman defensive lineman at 260.
He'll have to take a play off.
Go get him some water and come back out here shortly. Under 12 and a half to go.
I wish it was 2.5. Charlie.
Yeah, that'd be nice, and we had the ball like this. .30 seconds on the play clock, so they're going to let it run for a while before they decide to snap it.
Simmons back in there as a ball carrier.
Brown looks at the clock. It's at 18. There's Simmons with it up the middle.
There's that little delay again with that fake pass.
Down to the 25-yard line.
Think he's setting that up, Charlie?
And he may very well, and here comes that big that big target down the middle. Trayvon Hards, wide receiver, 6'8", senior.
It's him coming out here to the right, isn't it?
He's down to the right. He's been running the pass to the middle, so that's be a little post of some sort here if they go that way.
Watch this fake. Nope, he didn't do it. Throw a little fade. Great.
Into the end zone. Oh, almost a great catch by Taylor. He's down rolling around in the end zone. Did not make the catch. Incomplete pass. May have landed on the football and had the air knocked out of him. He's down for the time being.
I'd like to come back to that fake, Charlie. I think it's just knocked out of the wind, knocked out of him. Shouldn't speculate, I'm sure no doctor.
He's walking it off a little bit. Let's see what the Eagles decide to do because
they got 2 plays to pick up 3 yards, Charlie.
Yeah, I see it says third down. I was just thinking about it. And they just changed it to fourth down. So let's see what the Eagles are going to do on fourth down and about 3. With Taylor down in the end zone, not going to be able to throw a little short out to him with all the cushion they give him.
But usually they turn around there and they still give that cushion to that single receiver side.
Marquis Daniels is doing better. He's delivering water bottles right now during that timeout. So don't you just love, I mean, here's a guy that's a star of his football team, and he's delivering water to the offensive people, and he's a defensive player.
Yep, that's
pretty good leadership.
That's camaraderie, to say the least.
Officials wanting to blow the play back into ready to go, and they're saying, well, Taylor's still in the end zone. Can we at least get him off the field first before we get ready to run? That gives the coaching staff a little more time to figure out what they want to do on 4th and 3 with 11:16 to go.
Big fourth down play here. Get this first down, and tell you what, we're going to saw some more minutes off that clock.
Both sides still have all of their timeouts left. Taylor making it to the sideline now. I see Brown in the huddle, so it's not a field goal attempt, I don't think.
It would be what, Charlie? It's right on the 25-yard line, be a 42-yard field goal?
Into what little breeze there is, yep.
That
You run the
breeze,
chance of getting it blocked and picked up.
the breeze just keeps kicking up. I mean, it dies down, but you see the tops of those trees, they're moving. I know it'd be a lot cooler out there than it is in this
Press box with
Yeah.
with my hot air.
well,
Wilson and Luke check back into the huddle out there. That's got about 18 people in it, so confusing as to who's going to be in the huddle on offense when it comes back out. Referee steps in and says, let's go. Simmons comes out as the running back. Got it back in front of him. That's going to be 36. Marquise Crouch. Crouch on the wing. Might bring him in motion and run right, but we'll soon see. 4th down and 3.
you can go ahead and start because there's the play clock's working, but the big
And I think we're going to have a timeout call by Central. Do not like what they see with what they call, so they're going to talk about it a little bit and do something different.
It's interesting what they do here, Charlie.
You have enough confidence in your offensive line to root 3 yards out? Do you want to roll your quarterback and give him option pass run? You just want to take a sideline route with off that cushion and pick up 4 yards and a first down?
You always worry about that because that's where they can step in front and pick that 6.
Yeah, well, Petrin now joins the huddle down there as the kicker. So he's the place kicker and he is the field goal kicker. So not sure what his role in this is. Hopefully it's just a listen.
It won't be punting, that's for certain.
Now, then the defense has had a long time to discuss what happened on that first play of the 4th quarter with that 52-yard, 53-yard run.
He's working on kicking, I believe.
He's trying to convince them. I used to do that as a pitcher here. I got up and warmed up when we were ahead in the ball game. If you need somebody to come in and pitch, just let me know. We got a lead, I'll come in.
Wasp come in here to bother me.
Shoot him out. Brown.
Good job, Charlie.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to him.
Hard's back out, putting his receiving gloves on as the play's being called. Play clock starts. Plenty of time. Let's see what the Eagles decide to do.
They have a fade in this right.
They run it, and it's not going to go anywhere.
Nope.
Loss on the play, and William Penn will take over, and now the defense has to go out on the field and make a stand.
That was a safe play.
11:09 to go.
I'd like to see a little gamble there, Charlie. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
I'd like to at least see the rollout where you had the option to run or pass.
yeah, I think that would have been a play that might have worked out for them at some point. That does expose your quarterback to taking a hit. But play clock's running. Play clock's at 10 as William Penn comes out from the sideline.
Let me not get this off.
4, 3, 2, 1. Play clock's off. And there comes the flag. Delay a game.
I'm sure the coach saying, did they start that quick?
How did that happen? I just sent them out there. They weren't even out there 10 seconds. Well, that's about what they were out there. 1st and 15. That may change things a little bit, but I think we're just going to see a steady diet of Sherman up the middle.
We got, 10 minutes left, Charlie?
We have 11 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to run the football.
What they do. There's Sherman up the middle just after his touchdown run. He gets it out to the 30.
All they do is break that out to the left. He may have had another one. He had Mays there coming in there.
Sherman on the carry for William Penn. Gain of 7. Break up 2nd down 8. Roll up to 30.
Ben DeBalamaka, I can't pronounce his name, but he just came in, Charlie. Linebacker.
Dibiamaka.
There you go. Thank you.
2nd down and 8, so they picked up 7 on that little run up the middle, which is what they've been most effective at for the whole ball game. Quarterback's going to keep it and take a lick or 2.
For 3.
Back kept waiting to get the pitch. It was Archer Charles, and there wasn't any pitch to be had. Gain of a couple yards on the play, and it'll make it 3rd and long.
That was Henley on that tackle, the initial part of that tackle. 3rd and long is what we like. It's getting late here. I don't think they'd go for it.
I wouldn't think they'd go for it there. We're approaching 10 minutes right now left in the ball game in regulation. Motion. Sherman up the middle, and there he goes, the same run that earlier on.
We can't get him down, man. He's a bull. Big play.
He's got 100 yards almost in this quarter. At halftime, he had 61 total yards.
He keeps cutting that back. When he cuts it back, he's finding daylight. We're not filling there. In other words, that linebacker ain't going to the V of the neck of the center. That's what causes that. Pursuit's not there. The backside backer should be going to the V of the neck of the center of the play that starts out running away from him. Part of that might be because he's up on the line of scrimmage.
Masters in motion, gets the pitch. Turned in from the outside and tackle for a big loss on the play.
Trying to get that number out here.
Good luck.
May's on the stop.
That's a loss of 5 on the play. So, again, it'll be 2nd down and 15. They overcame 1st and 15 a while ago.
Now they got one less down, though.
Yeah, they do, but they're going to go for it on 4th, I'm sure.
Well, it's getting close. I don't know.
Tristan Ross, bottom of your screen. Motion. New back up the middle. Pounds out some yardage.
They're 3rd down, but they still got 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, that helps a whole lot. Chauncey Andrews.
I don't know if I'd do anything different. Right up that gut, right up that gut. We broke one long touchdown run and almost broke another one.
3rd down, 5.
So Andrews the back.
There.
It's 3rd down.
4 down territory now.
And they're going to stop and correct it on the sideline, and they just did to 3rd down. Don't want anybody to think it's 1st down when it's not. Chain crew doesn't get off the field and get to go rest. They're out there the whole time in the sunshine. Central sideline is in the shade right now.
They're still cooking on the opponent's sideline.
3rd and 4. Andrews bounces it out.
It'll be short.
It's going to be about a yard short, and it'll be 4th down.
Convocation of Eagles make that tackle.
Yeah. So if they had any confidence in their kicker, they could kick this and get it back to where a touchdown would win it, but I don't think that's the case at all.
I believe they're going to go for it, then they'll go for the 2-point conversion. Huge 4th down here.
4th down, 1.
4th down and 1.
Still says 3 on the sideline. There we go.
Everybody moving in a little bit of slow motion. Quarterback keeper right up the middle. Nobody over the center. Just pushes ahead and picks up 5 yards.
Nice
on 4th and 1.
Yes, it's nice wedge blocking. Stick your helmet into the hip of that guy in front of you or to the side of you and just wedge forward.
And we've got a player down.
Statesman down. Isn't it? No, it's an eagle.
It's an eagle down.
It's an eagle.
Give everybody a chance to get a little fluid. Catch a quick break. 7:26 to go in the ball game, Jim Wright.
7 minutes for the Eagles can start out 2-0, Charlie.
That would be awfully nice in this shortened season. Did it go from an 11-game to a 9-game schedule?
That's correct. There's 12 teams in the conference that play football.
Yep.
There's 14 teams in the conference. Mount Mercy does not play football, nor does Park College out of Kansas City. They're a new addition this year, I believe.
Eagle player is up, walking off the field, taking some fluids.
I think it's just the cramps, Charlie.
As hot as it is.
I know a cold beverage of choice would be nice right after this game, Charlie.
Several. 1st and 10.
Down 10. Over 21.
From the 21-yard line. Masters in the left wing, goes in motion. Handoff to Sherman up the middle.
They widened that run out a little bit. They're running a little more off tackle, aren't they, Charlie?
That one did, and they went right. Normally they've been going either right up the middle or the big plays have been coming to the left when he cuts back.
Clock is our friend.
7 minutes to go here in quarter number 4.
Need a turnover here, Charlie. Maybe another scoop and score.
There's the play again with nobody over the center, and the quarterback just goes ahead for about 4 yards, and it'll make it 3rd down and about 2, maybe 3.
Three yards in a cloud of dust. Or a cloud of tire.
Woody Hayes.
We'll give somebody else credit for it now. There's no dirt. Great coach Woody Hayes for the Ohio State Buccaneers.
Had an unfortunate ending to his coaching career.
Danged if he didn't. Never saw him wear a coat, always in short sleeves.
3rd and 3. Motion. Sherman up the middle. He's got the 1st down, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Statesmen from about the 9-yard line with 6:08 left here in the 4th quarter. So the William Penn sideline's working on their 2-point conversion play right now, which looks like it's not going to be any different than hand the ball to Sherman and let him cut one way or the other.
Dangerous play there. I don't know if they run that or that sweep. We've been handling that sweep pretty good. Or toss, they call it these days.
That's Andrews, the other back, and he gets tackled. Everybody kind of looks around for a flag because there was some movement before the snap. But there is no flag, and it'll be 2nd and goal from outside the 10.
I don't think they would have taken the penalty anyway, Charlie. They lost almost 5 yards on that play. A good 4 anyway.
2nd and goal from the 12.
I don't know why the other stake is up. They marking the original line of scrimmage. I don't know what that's for. Confusion to me.
Yeah, pretty much. Motion. Up the middle. He's down to maybe the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 6. 2 down territory for the Statesmen.
Big defensive stand here by these Eagles.
Coaching staff and players encouraging the fans to make some noise. We have socially distanced fans. We have rows blocked off so people can't sit too close to one another. Masks on. Roll out and look. He's got a man open in the end zone, but he waited too long. Now he just runs it in. So a 6-yard touchdown run by Crean.
Nice bootleg there, Charlie.
He ran the defensive back off in coverage and then just ran in behind him.
Good call by the offensive coordinator over there.
Yeah, that rollout, we were looking for that a while ago from the Eagles. The Statesmen do it. Now they'll go for 2.
It's the biggest defensive play of the game right now.
Yep, the difference between being tied up and having a lead with 4:12 to go.
It's a nail biter.
10 on the play clock as Andrews checks into the lineup as well, and it looks like they're going to have to take a timeout on the extra point with some confusion.
That's huge.
Timeout. William Penn.
That may be one left now, Charlie.
I didn't hear him say if that was the first of the second half or the second one, but I want to remind you, AirLink Rural Broadband is your local wireless and fiber internet provider. Family owned and operated with coverage options in Sheraton, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Interested in wireless or fiber service? Visit us at airlink123.com for information for all of your internet needs.
Both defenses have played pretty well here, Charlie.
Yeah, if you look at it and say, well, the score is 14-12, it's been a defensive struggle. Well, that's not necessarily true. Both sides are going to have close to 300 yards of total offense in this ball game. So,
Well, the rubber band stretched a little bit, but didn't break.
Yeah, first half we had a chance. We being Central had a chance of 2 touchdowns. Had them in our hands. One got knocked out, and the other one came out when the receiver hit the ground. So here we go with 2-point conversion to tie the game up. They ran a pass out of this, I'd almost be shocked, Jim Ray. They run a full house backfield. 3 backs.
They're not going to run a pass.
And who in the world is that? Either Miles or Daniels. It's Daniels. Shot the gap and tackled the back as soon as he got the ball. Archer Charles got the ball heading right. And Marquis Daniels took him down to the ground immediately.
You might see an onside kick here, Charlie.
You might. They've got at least 1 timeout, maybe 2 left. And 4:12 left on the clock.
I know my hands team would be out there.
Well, we kind of saw a hands team last time, so
yes,
I don't know
sir.
why you would not see that again.
If they do, it would be great field position for the Eagles.
Going to take a nice little drive. Keep the ball in your hands the rest of the game.
A couple first downs, and this ball game would be over and chalk it up as the Eagle win. But I wouldn't count my
chickens
before they're hatched.
I did a high school game last year that team that was ahead got the ball back with 6:57 left in the game and ran the clock out without scoring. Every series was 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, and they just ran the ball, and got to the 20-yard line to end the ball game.
He's got his big guys out there, doesn't he, Charlie?
He's got a couple big ones out there. He's adding 49, but the 30 was out there that's closest to us, and 90. He's got some low numbers out on the front line. Then he's got a couple of bigger boys a little further back if he does, in fact, kick it deep. And he does kick it. Hang on to it and return it. That's Hill. Out across the 30. Good starting position. 4:05 to go in this 4th quarter. Eagles with the ball and the lead.
Timeouts, I believe they have 1 or 2, right, Charlie?
Well, they're not keeping them on the scoreboard. They still show 3, but we know they've used at least 1, if not 2.
I'm thinking 2, but I'm not 100% certain.
Well, we'll find out the next one they call. The official will tell us. We'll pay a little more attention to him saying whether that's it or not.
I think I was talking at the time, Charlie, why you didn't hear it.
Nick Thomas, our producer, went over and checked, and each side has 2 left. 2 timeouts left.
Thanks, Nick.
Paris, Missouri boy.
Not too far from here.
Now what do we got? We have a timeout now.
Wow.
Coming out of a change of possession off the kickoff. Call a timeout.
Can't figure that one out, but better be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Paris, Missouri, that's where the infamous, gracious be, coached here for years and years, Charlie. Football coach.
Bill Holmes?
That's correct. That's where he resided towards the end of his life.
We were discussing him on the way down here and his offensive strategy back in the 70s and early 80s.
Good friends with Don Coryell.
You could kind of tell because he was running 5 wides before it was fashionable.
And he was a defensive guy. Remember that, which is very unheard of.
2 backs. Eagles look committed to trying to run the ball. Brown keeps it. Stay in bounds, young man. Gets tackled inbounds.
Good gain there.
And a timeout call by William Penn. So they're not going to let much climb run off of this at all.
I can understand that. Doesn't make any difference.
And it's a gain of 4.
2 more of those, and we get 1 more here in this clock.
3:55. Yeah, 1 timeout left. They can stop it 1 more time. So about 3 first downs, this one plus another 1 or 2, and that ought to do it if the Eagles can get it.
I believe just 1 more first down to get 1 here. 2 first downs to kill that clock, Charlie.
I'm all for proving you right, Jim Ray.
I think. We got, 25 seconds each time, at least.
Yeah, and they'll run it. It could be a 40-second clock if it's play inbounds on run-type play.
Correct.
No reason to be throwing the ball right now other than just sheer surprise to score a touchdown.
See what this third down brings, whether you throw the ball or not.
Gain of 4 makes it 2nd down and 6.
I would not throw the ball. I would milk that clock to the end.
I would put the ball in my quarterback's hands and tell him to figure out a way to get a first down for us. Hand it off to Simmons, keep it yourself, something, but you're the man, you're in charge, take care of it.
Just need good snaps here.
Simmons picks up a couple, picks up one and a quick timeout, and that'll be it for timeouts for William Penn. 3:48.
So there'll be less than 3 minutes, less than that. Won't be able to stop it after the next one.
So now what do you do, Jim Ray? 3rd down and 5. You need a first down. Long 5.
I like that option to run or pass, but I don't like it to the left side. Because that's going against the way he throws that ball. Again, you could tell him to be sure and run the ball. He doesn't have to throw it. Run 3 streaks out on the side and run him to that side. I don't know what he'll do. But the ball's kind of in the middle of the field, Charlie. It ain't going to make a lot of difference.
No, you can go either way with it. Let's see what Coach Callaway and his staff want to do to get a first down on a big play. 3:48 to go. It'll be under 3 minutes if they don't get this before William Penn gets the ball back. But William Penn has scored twice in the second half. Central scored twice in the third quarter. William Penn has scored twice in the fourth quarter, and the only difference right now is a blocked extra point and a 2-point conversion that was no good. Empty set, no running backs. Brown going to look for some room to run.
First time this evening for that.
And there's an offside. Flag goes. Ball thrown. Flag is thrown, and let's see what the call is. Yeah, whether it's an illegal procedure or offside.
I think it's offsides, Charlie.
I do too, but you never know with stripes.
Looking for the white hat.
Yeah, he's wanting to know what number was it. And what do you want to do is they're looking at the William Penn sideline. If it's a procedure penalty, I would think that the player should have been dead. No, it's offside. That results in a first down. Jim Ray?
Wow, I didn't think it was
going to be enough for a first down, but that's what they say.
Wow. That ain't no first down. That's third and ones, Charlie.
I know, but the official said it results in a first down, and that's not what they've done. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
He did say that, but he was mistaken. He needs to work on his math a little bit, Charlie.
He's going to apologize and rectify his situation here in just a second. He's reaching for his button, looking at the. Are you sure it's not a first down? Because I thought it was 3rd and 5. And give them 5, shouldn't that be? So they may come out and measure. It looks short. It looks like it's short of the 42, and across the way, it looks like you have to get just across the 42.
The way I see it, Charlie. Maybe these lines aren't true on this field. It's the only thing you can hope for.
They're going to bring it in, and we're going to check. Now's the time for Central to run that quarterback sneak right up the middle that's been run on them several times.
Trouble is, they don't take the ball off the tee, Charlie. Maybe about 6 inches short, my eagle eyes say. I'll be gosh dog.
They didn't stretch it out very far, did they?
It's first down.
It is a first down.
That means that field marker's off. That's the only thing you can say.
You know what? I don't care.
I don't care either.
It does not matter at this point. It's a first down with 3:41 to go.
And that's going to just play of the game. We'll take it down 40 seconds, 40, 40, and 40. That's,
2 minutes.
A little over 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 40 seconds, wouldn't it be?
Yeah. Just run the ball a couple of times and may pick up a first down and get this over with and walk off with a 14-12 win. Oh, my. Look at that.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Stand down. Can't believe it. Good gosh, what a riverboat game for play there.
And that's the big guy again, but there's a flag in the backfield.
I
and
think
the way,
it's going to be roughing the quarterback.
Yeah, the way the defender's looking at it, it has to be. We're going to wipe it off. they're going to waive off any penalty, and that's Hards again down the field.
He's been a big guy today, Charlie.
Literally and figuratively, their big player. He is 6'8", and they just throw it up, and he goes and gets it. He's got 100 yards receiving now.
Tell you what, catch somebody off guard. Wow, the whole Davis Stadium was off.
Everybody gasped.
Yeah, me included. That gave me a heart attack.
15 on the play clock. Going to run it down. Brown, senior quarterback's going to look at it, snap it when it's under 5, which it's at 5 right now. Snapped it at 2. Simmons looking for a place to go, just runs up, protects the ball.
Simmons on the carry.
So that play ended at 3:05.
Force. 2 hour on the stop.
And it'll be 2:20 something when they snap it.
We didn't quite get it. That'll be only 2 minutes. There'll be time left, Charlie. They can run it 4 downs here. They won't punt it.
No reason to get in a hurry. You got 13 on the play clock. Let it run down. Use the clock at your buddy.
It's your best
7. 2:27 when they snap it. And that's not.
I can't figure that out. Was that an audible?
I don't know. The receiver was out blocking, not looking for a pass to be thrown. It kills the clock. That's Hards. So the clock stops, and now it's 3rd down and 8. And the clock is stopped at 2:19.
I don't understand that at all. Should have been a penalty on one of them out there, too. They shouldn't be blocking as the ball's in the air either, Charlie.
Well, there wasn't any other receivers anywhere around, so empty backfield again. You got to figure if they don't pick up a bunch of yards, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
I can't believe that play right there at all.
Brown on the scramble, throws low and incomplete.
Wow.
It'd have been better just to slide in bounds and let the clock run. So 2 plays that kill the clock. We're talking about getting it down to under a minute, and there's 2:11 left on the clock.
And I cannot figure that at all. Just don't make much difference. Might as well throw it now, Charlie.
Yeah, you might as well try and pick up the 1st down on 4th.
Clock's going to stop anyway.
Here it's a 28. That's a 45-yard field goal into the little bit of a breeze.
Doesn't do us much good. Outside the field goal wouldn't beat us.
Yeah. They're not going to kick a field goal anyway. They're going to try and score a touchdown if they get the ball back. Roll. Look. Throws long. Almost intercepted. Would have been better if it had been, because it would have been down inside the 10-yard line, but it's incomplete. Ball goes over on downs with 2:04 to go.
Not understanding those.
Element of surprise is one thing.
Now you got 2 minutes left in this game.
2:04, and you've scored twice already this quarter. No timeouts, but the clock will stop to move the sticks.
That's it. You may not see 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I mean, one defender falls down and you're in trouble now. But they'll play a deep cover 3, I would think.
Well, this is it's going to be Simmons up the middle, is it not? Sherman up the middle.
They're going to be in line quick. They're going to get their plays off.
Yeah, they're going to have to. 1:52 and counting.
They just a lot more nail biting than they should have.
He's going to roll out and try and throw, maybe. He does. It's caught right at midfield. Clock will stop while they redo it. Marks him at the 48 in in Statesman territory. It's marked.
Ready. Start the clock.
1:37 and counting. There's a throw, and it's way out of bounds. Incomplete. The side official throws his hat to indicate that the receiver went out of bounds.
Correct.
So it stops the clock. 1:26. 2nd and 10.
Throwing that ball fairly quick, too. Minute 10 left, Charlie.
1:26.
Too much time.
Crowd tries to rev up a little bit. Back to Sherman up the middle. Cuts back like he has, and he's got a first down. The clock will stop for just a moment while they reset the chains. 1:19. They're moving it pretty quickly, Jim Ray.
Thing that they're not.
Clock starts. Back at the line of scrimmage. Going to throw. Going to be sacked, hopefully. Doesn't. Gets the ball off. It's caught. Hold him up inbounds and tackling. 39-yard line. That's what happens. To Archer Charles, the receiver. Clock running under a minute now at 59 and counting.
On the edge of your chairs, I'll guarantee you.
Second down, they're taking their time. They're trying to get the right play. We're under 50. Another rollout coming. Pressure, got him by the foot. He just shovels it. That's got to be an intentional grounding.
He went outside the tackle box.
Nope, and he just shoved it. And asking if there was a receiver anywhere around, and somebody says there was, so it's not a. He wasn't outside the tackle box. You're not right, but that's okay. 40 seconds left in the game, and it's third down and 8.
Wow. Been a huge play.
Korean.
There we go. Back
Sherman,
to that.
yeah.
He
didn't get the first down. The clock's going to run. It's going to be fourth down. We're at 32, 31, 30. They got to get the first down and then get up and probably spike the ball. Quarterback keep.
We'll be close, Charlie. I believe you got it.
I think we're going to have a penalty. I think there's a procedure penalty. Linesman coming back to the referee, giving a signal like they weren't set, maybe. Flags on the ground at the 34.
I like that.
20 seconds left.
But wasn't us offsides? That's right, Charlie. The eagle-eyed Charlie Brown, CMU alum here, CMC alum.
It repeats fourth down, but now instead of 4th and 1, it's 4th and 6 or 7. And they lost 10 seconds off the clock, too.
How time we have left, Charlie?
20.9.
Here's the ball game, folks.
Yep, so this, you almost got to throw it now.
Got to.
Don't have any indecision. Know exactly what you're doing and who you're doing it with here.
You're seeing they broke everything here. They got 3 receivers to the right, Charlie.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Central's got a timeout or 2.
Game clock operator, please set the game clock.
Yeah, please reset the game clock because it shows 10 minutes now.
As will my whistle, the play clock and the game clock both will start.
20.4, I believe, is what I told you. They've got 1:09 on the board. That's not right.
That's not right. Let's get this clock right.
10 seconds. That's better. I like that. But that's not right either. 10.9.
Don't like that either. Is that what we're going with, Charlie?
That's what they're going with. 10.9, fourth down. This clock starts. They're going to have to go to the end zone, and he's going to be flushed, hit, tackled, knocked down. Doesn't make any difference. That was fourth down. 1.6 seconds to go, and there's taking his helmet off, coming off the field.
Huge, huge victory.
42, Benjamin Diamaka celebrating. One knee and a 14-12 victory and a 2-0 record, Jim Ray.
It's been a long time since CMU's been 2-0 out the gate. This is one of the upper echelon teams in the heart of America. William Penn is. One of our first defeats of them besides Evangel. We beat Evangel a couple times. Next week we play who, Charlie?
Peru State at Peru State. Victory formation. Take a knee, got a back deep in case something happens. What is that, Joe Pisarcik? Is that who they, the Herm Edwards
Yep.
fumble?
recovery.
And there's your final score. 14-12 is your final. I'm surprised they're going to line up and shake hands, Jim Ray, but, most nowadays they just stand on the sideline and wave at each other.
Correct. They're doing it.
Central scores 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. 2 extra points are good. William Penn scores 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Neither extra point is any good. 14-12 is your final score. Hard-fought ball game, and as close as the score indicates that it was. A 2-point conversion from being tied, and 1 pass toward the end zone from being a Central defeat, but instead it's a Central win. Both sides shaking hands, camaraderie, lots of shoulder patting and whatnot for players out on the field as Marquis Daniels is going through at the end, and everybody's making mention to tell him what a good game he played and how he stuck it out, because he was down several times with a cramp. So, from Fayette, that's the final score, 14-12 in favor of the Eagles. They're on the road next week at Peru State. Then we're back here for Grandview on the 10th of October.